Okay, I am here. Hello. Hello there. Hello there, welcome to the Reactions Saturday. So, how was your day? I'm probably with practically nobody, I don't know. Yeah, one viewer. Yeah, I'm by myself right now. Okay, so let me... Fuck, I did different thing in YouTube. Never mind. Okay, so instead of waiting for nothing, instead of waiting for nothing, let's just start with the reactions. And I did a little bit of setup here. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos that I want to react to. And the first video we are going to react to is the r/absolute units. And listen, this this thumbnail says everything. Just this 6'9", 340-pound right officer about to punch the shit out of you. Oh, it will be fun. It will be super fun. Okay, let's start.
I got 5 pounds of carrots from a restaurant supplier. It's 4 carrots. A chunky
Wait. 5 pounds of carrots. That's some big ass carrot. It's bigger than... I think it's bigger than my arm. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably is that big. Or is... No. No. My arm is bigger, but... Holy fucking shit, it's big.
5 pounds of carrots from a restaurant supplier. It's 4 carrots. A chunky bee. It's so
Yeah, that's a bumblebee. They are that chunky. But still, chunky bee. They are so ridiculous, man.
fluffy though. He slaps your mum. What are you doing? I'm not gonna slap anyone's mum. I love my mum to death, and she would end me if I ever slapped a woman.
Wait, that's the guy. Absolute unit, absolute human.
A picture of me and my mum. Bro is not climbing trees anytime
That's some fat ass monkey.
soon. A huge walrus fell asleep on the hatch of a submarine, blocking the crew from exiting. They had to use the rear hatch to get out. My wife does planks around the house, and I come home to this absolute unit of a son. What is...
Hi, man. Oh, hi, Shadow. What's up? I am reacting to stuff here. And what is the opposite of ps, 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 ps? Damn, that's a cougar. You're watching memes? Yeah, some memes, and then some just random stuff with a fucking final boss in the end. I hope I will survive to this. Okay, let's keep on.
It's the opposite of Louis Coulon in 1904 is
Damn, that's a big ass long beard. Look at this. You should react to the 2.5 life on of Wuwa. You know what? Yeah, because I did watch half of that presentation. Something like 12 or 13 minutes. I need to look at this more. Anyway, I am making some content for YouTube here.
well known for his 13-foot-long beard, which he used to hold his cats in. This
Wait, that was a cat? That's a cat. I've already saw everything, so it's so cool. The new stuff there. Ah, nice. Whatever, look at this motherfucking beard, and that's a fucking cat nest. Absolute
is
beard.
well known for his 13-foot-long beard, which he used to hold his cats in. This 6'9", 330-pound riot officer in the Tulsa PD.
He's about to just punch cars into oblivion. Look at this. He even has a fucking Wolverine claw.
Guy's Hulk. Or
Just a regular ass officer. Just here is one regular officer, something like a meter 70. Another one, regular officer, about 172. And here is this one, just 6'9". It's something like, it's over fucking 2 meters. Holy fucking shit.
maybe Juggernaut. When someone complains about dog
Oh yeah,
expense,
I know this picture. I know this picture. The original meme was saying something like, I love my dog, but this motherfucking gonna pay rent. Absolute unit.
I simply laugh because this is the kind of dog I have to provide for. We are playing fast and loose with the definition of dog. Should be paying rent. Recipe. Use 2 cloves of garlic. Got it. 2
What? 2 cloves of garlic? I don't get it. But it's the garlic that big?
regular sized garlics then. Penguin eats all the fish, gets fat, and refuses to walk, mate, and communicate.
That will be me one day. I swear.
That's a lot of people in the world.
Except I will never get fat.
Why? The question is not why.
It's not a why, but how. How the fuck do you get a beard and a mustache this long? Holy shit.
Why? It's why not? Or maybe even how. Always remember the
Yeah. Holy shit. That's one hell of a drill bit.
decimal point when ordering a 7.5mm drill bit. Can you always remember the decimal point when ordering
75mm drill bit. No, it's... Damn, it's really that big. 7.5cm drill bit. Wait, how the hell did you not notice that the price of the drill bit was kinda weird? It was kinda high. Just how? How in the fuck? I don't get it. This one is literally impossible.
ordering a 7.5mm drill bit. Can you make a video of him holding a dollar bill? That's crazy.
Wait.
0.5mm drill bit. Can you make a
Holy shit, what's up with this, with those fingers?
video of him holding a dollar bill?
That
That's
looks
crazy.
wrong.
I'm the average male height at 5'9". This vehicle should be illegal.
Live in the background, I am on a Santa Corsa. Okay. Look at this fucking Ford. It's an F350. I'm looking at an F250, F350 tiny, yeah. Because there are F650 or even 750, and those are fucking ridiculous. It's like 3 meters in height, if I'm not mistaken. And no. Even 4 meters in height, it's like it's the size of a literal truck. You can't even get access to the trunk bed without a fucking elevator. It's ridiculous.
Picture of the day. 9-year-old Shane Brickman of Crown Heights brought a 4-gallon bottle to 7-Eleven's Bring Your Own Cup Day on Friday.
You little fucking shit. Little sneaky shit. Who let the car nerd on the mic? The car nerd was always here. And here it is too.
My grandma still refuses to get a new candle.
Holy shit!
My poor dad was so proud of the watermelon he grew. Turns out it was a big cucumber.
Holy shit! That's one hell of a cucumber. Look at this shit. It's like a little watermelon. Literally. Fucking insane.
Freya the walrus is sinking boots.
Mine big. Shut up! Shut up! Fred the Walrus sinking boats. Yeah. I
In
know this
Norway
story.
and having a real hot girl summer. I can't.
They killed the Walrus,
Fred the
aren't they? Fred the Walrus. Let me look at that up. Freya the Walrus. They had to kill the Walrus, aren't they? Yeah, they had to euthanize the Walrus because she was way too dangerous. Yeah, look at it. Yeah, she had to be euthanized because she was sinking boats all the time. Fucking humans. Anyway.
Walrus is sinking boats in Norway and having a real hot girl summer. I can't stop thinking about this horizontally cut bread.
How do you cut bread like that? It's not even homemade. It's obviously from a factory. How does a factory fucks up this badly?
I'm not saying our last cat was big, but here he is on Google Earth.
And damn, for a cat, he was pretty big.
Harvested this giant zucchini, frightened corgis for.
What the hell? Giant zucchini? That's a modified cucumber.
Scale. My aunt's cat is huge.
It's average big. I mean, it's big, but it's not super huge. I saw bigger cats.
You sure that's not a dog? Western Canada's toughest bear, named the Boss,
I
is
know
in
this
Alberta,
story.
and he just woke up. This will be the end of Wakanda.
Yeah, the boss that is an absolute unit of a bear. He's like the bear of all bears, of all grizzly bears.
So big that not even a train can take him down.
Yeah. He actually walked off a train twice.
Woke up. This will be
Fucking
the end
twice.
of Wakanda. He's so big that not even a train can take him down. Please stand and appreciate this absolute unit of a pigeon.
That's just a big pigeon.
Not even a train can take him down. Please.
I mean, yeah, that's a motherfucker huge, but it's not an absolute unit. An absolute unit would be way bigger than that.
Stand and appreciate this absolute unit of a pigeon. Yao Ming is so massive. To put that into perspective, his wife is 6'3". The whole family is big as hell.
Wait. Holy shit! That guy is like... What is that? 6'7", I guess. And his wife is 6'3". And this old man is apparently 6'5". And apparently the wife's mom is also 6'3". And here's some American dude. Just a regular American dude for scale. The whole family is big as fuck. Definitely.
Well, nobody is breaking into that truck.
Yep.
This dude does not want to pupate. I think he's enjoying being a caterpillar too much. All he wants to do is eat, and he's gotten enormous. I would like all 587 of you to see this.
Oh, that's what's the name of this big bunny? Something like Fluffy Giants or whatever their name is. But yeah, that's a big fluffy bunny.
Lad, tagging and blood tests for bison.
Oh.
Just to give you an idea of how big they are, this male weighs around 3,000 pounds.
a human for a scale in comparison to a bison's head. Fuck.
How big is the bison then? Find someone who looks at you the way this man looks at his onion.
That was an onion, holy shit. And, aww, and a little ginger cat tiger. How cute.
Prophecy spoke of his return. Tiny Rabbit is obsessed with Giant Girlfriend, who is 4 times his size. Man
Yeah, literally the same thing. Man lost his thumb, so he replaced it with his big toe. What? What the fuck?
lost his thumb, so he replaced it with his big toe. Imagine getting a wet willy from that monstrosity.
Holy shit.
Holy, he's round. The golden
A round bear. Damn. That's an egg shape. An egg-shaped bear. Wonderful.
ratio. Florida
Give me 2. What the fuck is wrong with this shark?
divers encountered an abnormally round bull shark.
Ah,
Bull
bull
sharks
shark.
typically weigh 250 pounds. This one is closer to 600 pounds.
Well, somebody ate 2 families, I guess.
A whole unit.
What a cute guinea pig. Put it into a pool of water and watch a disaster happen.
So cute. I've never seen a fat tiger until now, so I felt like I needed to share. Boy ate all the
cute.
frosted flakes. My neighbor's job is taking in really fat cats and helping them lose weight before they're rehomed, and this is her latest resident. So far, he's lost 4 pounds. Hey, he's doing a good job.
Good
In the
job.
1800s, wealthy British landowners commissioned exaggerated
What
paintings
the
of their
fuck?
livestock as a symbol of wealth and status. Often, the animals were painted with large rectangular bodies.
What the hell is wrong with that pig? This pig ate a whole ass sausage and refused to process it.
In 1985, a black bear
Oh, I know this one.
found ate $15 million worth of drugs, probably about a 5-minute window before he died, where he was the most dangerous apex predator on any continent. Who would win?
That is the most funniest shit. Every time I read this meme, I just starting to lose my shit near the land. A black bear found and ate $50 million worth of cocaine. By the way, this is cocaine. There was probably about 5 minutes window because before he died, where he was the most dangerous apex predator on any fucking continent. Every time I'm losing my shit of this because of this.
Drug bear or a polar bear? Normal polar bear. My boyfriend and I got pictures taken with wolves today, and this cutie loved belly rubs.
Aww, how cute. By the way, wolves are shy as fuck. They are scared of humans. This one, he's probably a good friend of theirs.
This Korean statue
Holy sheesh. This Jesus is fucking... He's a fucking brick. Look at those muscles.
depicts a Jesus so jacked it looks like his last supper was pure protein. Blessed are the buff, for they shall inherit the earth. Last month my cat disappeared. A week ago
yeah.
I found him and brought him home. Today my cat came back. Now I have 2 identical cats.
Fucking... cat disappeared, found my cat, got back home. A few weeks later, my cat got home. Now I have 2 cats. I am double happy.
Until proven otherwise, I am declaring
What the
myself the
hell?
creator of the largest Rice Krispie square in Canada.
This is rice?
Otherwise, I am declaring myself the creator of the largest Rice Krispie square in Canada.
This is rice. You... Look at this profile picture. A fucking nerd. Nerd.
7'2" man in economy class. The world record for alcohol consumption
Oh, yeah.
is by Andre the Giant, who drank 156 beers in one sitting, over 73 liters. These bananas my wife got at the store.
Get those banana enhancements. We are having a better time in the bed tonight.
We need banana for scale. Tired of toothy mimics? I want a mimic to just deck me. A unit. The head size difference between a man and a cane corso. Hedge dog. A fisherman in Philippines found a pearl weighing 34 kilograms and estimated around 100 million. Not knowing its value,
What?
the pearl was kept under his bed for 10 years as a good luck charm. Well,
Holy fucking shit.
that is a good luck charm. 100 million. I hope he got that money. The only transformation pics I'm into. This pumpkin man. Russia's toughest prison uses Caucasian mountain shepherds as guard dogs. They weigh up to 200 pounds, stand 6 feet tall, and are said to have the stopping power of a 45 caliber gun.
Holy shit.
Top 5 Soviet leaders ranked by their eyebrows. Brezhnev. There is no number 2. There is no one competing with him.
Yeah. Those fucking eyebrows. Just look at this shit. That is not just an eyebrows. This is monobrows. Mono eyebrows.
Ranked by their eyebrows. Brezhnev.
Yeah,
There is no
massive,
number
yes.
2. There is no one competing with him. What you're looking at is the largest single cell organism in
What?
the world, known as Valonia ventricosa. Imagine the
What the hell is-
mitochondria on this one. What a powerhouse.
Yeah. What the hell? What the hell? Why is this fucking Egyptian cats? It's so jacked. Look at those muscles.
Dude, my sister's cat scares me. Aw, you're afraid of getting scratched? I'm afraid of getting punched. George Hackenschmidt, creator of the
Ew.
bench press and the hack squat. So Big Mac size in 1972 to 75 to 75 to 90.
Yeah, and get a Big Mac of today. It's even smaller.
And it's even smaller now. Don't talk
Yeah.
to me or my son ever again. Absolute unit of a toad. It's got secrets to the
Damn.
universe. Maybe you can learn sage mode. Have you guys ever seen a lizard which works out? Because if you haven't,
Wow.
now you have. He drinks Chonka Cola.
Somebody have some real fucking free time. I wish I had a free time and a free snow.
Not Diet
Whatever.
Cola. Double King.
That's a fucking triple king. Look at this shit. A fucking big ass mattress, proper legs, and a topping on top of that. Fucking heaven of a bed.
Who needs a bed this big? Maybe Andre the Giant, yeah. You? Hell no. This is like a ring. Obese 100-year-old crocodile dies from overeating after worshippers keep throwing it chickens and goats for good luck. This is the way I want to go. This Vietnamese
too.
street vendor. If you want to look like him,
Damn.
eat watermelon. South Carolina mum delivers 14-pound baby. You put the baby in the crib and he says, shut the door behind you. I feel like he knows his multiplications. The short-faced bear is an extinct bear genus that inhabited North
Holy
America. Bears
fuck,
were
he's
huge.
big.
We're lucky they're not this big anymore. You're just camping with your friends and you see this beast. Happy 1-year anniversary to the 60p Morrison's basil my flatmate innocently bought when we moved in. To anyone who has ever killed a supermarket herb plant, I'm afraid yours died so that our basil overlord could reign supreme. Remy's been on the pizza rolls. There's a pet pillow outside. A 17-string guitar played by Elwood Francis.
Why the fuck would you need so many fucking strings? You won't be able to even handle this properly. Just why? Unless
This
you're
takes a lot of talent.
unless you're a fucking giant with talents, but in that case your fingers won't allow you to do anything.
Absolutely losing my mind at this breed of sheep called Texel sheep.
Why this sheep looks like a fucking cow?
Extra large woolies, the size of an average house cat, versus one absolute unit Maine Coon.
Yeah, Maine Coon, they fucking massive. Holy shit. Huge.
Why is this cow so crisp? Wow, this
Yeah.
owl is huge. Nobody's freaking out or trying to pet it. There's just an owl on a train, bus, whatever. Wild.
I think that's a fucking tiger owl, or not. I have no idea.
This property boasts 46 bedrooms, 55
Why?
bathrooms, an elevator, a swimming pool, a sauna, and a 9-car garage.
That's a hotel in that case. That's a fucking hotel. But if that's some private property, why the fuck would you waste so much space?
This is too big. Unless your whole family's living here. Your whole family
Yeah.
tree. The beast's doors are in their own class. Woof.
Yeah. The limousine of the US president, fucking beast. Wolf dog from 2.5 months to 2 years. Yeah, that's a big ass puppy.
Dog from 2.5 months to 2 years. Ah, it's grown into its feet and ears. The 200-year-old salamander who thinks about nutrients daily. My dad met Manute Bol in Sudan before he played in the NBA. My dad is 5'10". I for
Holy fuck.
one welcome our mutant carrot overlords.
That's like the fucking potato meme. Where is the soil? Just why the fuck is the carrot so mutated? What happened to it?
Rise and grind. Let's get these leafy greens.
Adorable.
This rooster is an absolute unit.
yeah,
Coming
yeah.
out of quarantine in a few months, be like, this cat's
Like
arm
this month
size. It's been working out. This avocado. So
Holy fuck, that's a huge avocado. How big an avocado should be so the core of the avocado will be bigger than a regular avocado? Holy fuck.
the average avocado versus this avocado. Huge stone. This gargantuan cold boy. The Black Crack, a 65-foot deep fissure along a trail in Canyonlands National Park in Utah. I want to jump down there. Dutch guy
Don't.
and Filipino McDonald's.
Yeah. I saw that meme, the original.
Wait, have they dressed him up like a Viking? I don't know who needed to see a 4,000-pound block of cheddar today, but here it is.
What?
Banana for scale.
Cheddar. Wait, this is a 4,000 pound block of cheddar. Isn't cheddar a type of cheese? Let me look it up. Cheddar. Yeah, that's cheese. Who the fuck needs so much fucking cheese?
18-year-old Mike Tyson's neck.
Yeah, his neck is thick as fuck, but take a look at the neck of the average modern Formula 1 pilot. It's just the same way, the same crazy neck. And there were guys who would just crack a fucking walnut with their neck. Let me look it up. Alonso. No. No, not this shit. I'm thicker. I believe you. Alonso crack walnut. Here it is. Look at this. Here, listen. This is how strong their necks are. Can you just imagine just how much? And this is back in 2005. In modern days, the standards for an Formula 1 driver are even more insane. So those are like superhumans.
Absolute unit of bolts.
They use those on ships, aren't they? Yeah, that's for a ship.
I think this is for like massive ships. I don't know
Yeah, it is.
what else it could be for. A Caleb cluster of grapes. I can't for
Wait
like
a second.
massive ships. I don't know what else it could be for. A Caleb
Holy shit. A Caleb of grapes made out of Calebs. or whatever it is. But holy shit, so many tasty grapes.
Cluster of grapes. I can't stop laughing at the sheep my dad saw today. Absolute unit. This chicken tender I had in my lunch today. I asked
the
for it
fuck?
specifically, and the lady said, "Honey, you look like the right person for that chicken tender."
An African or what? Meanwhile in San Antonio, everything is bigger in Texas.
Meanwhile, in San Antonio, how is this street legal? This is YouTube video worthy. Bajon with his 800-year-old one-seed juniper named
Damn, that's beautiful. Look at this. Stylish. It's fucking style. It got this dance.
Tatsumaki. Opinion on this frog? African rain frog. I feel like it makes the noise. Cute though. A Russian member of parliament.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he knows how to fight. A bar
Yeah, but he is stupid as fuck.
tab, which is $167,000. Wait, they spent $1,200 on Red Bull, 3K on water. Big thirsty boy. Staying hydrated in the Sydney heat. Meal team 6. Wedged cargo ship blocks Egypt's Suez Canal. Beavers, you did it. US cavalry soldiers pose in front of a tree known as the Grizzly Giant. It's a big tree.
Holy shit, that's a huge tree.
Well, my favorite type of tree, this is similar to it. It's a monkey tree. A monk. Monks are known to be very
Damn, those muscles.
disciplined. They found the Kraken. When he gets into the tub, sometimes he purrs so loud that the shampoo bottles fall over. No character design will ever top this absolute unit of a man.
A question that is often asked all the time.
So loud that the shampoo bottles fall
Gay? What?
over. No character design.
What do you mean, Shadow? By the way, a question. How does Kingpin have sex? How? Just, how did he make a child?
And will ever top this absolute unit of a man. World's biggest rap.
My boy got impressed by the monk muscles. Yes, you sus. Why am I sus? Did you see this absolute unit?
To it. It's a monkey tree. A monk.
Just look at this unit.
Ever top this absolute unit of a man. World's biggest rabbit. Stolen from home.
I saw better, not gonna lie. But it's like a monk. They are kinda super peaceful people. And this is like a monk that is ready to fuck shit up. Look, he even got the glasses, fucking nerd glasses.
I hope they found that rabbit. Hope they get caught and sent to jail for the rest of their life. The Golden Gate Bridge is a massive unit.
Yeah, that's a huge bridge, but we got used to it.
Shout out to the real thick pit bulls. The chunky fellas. The lights that you pat and they're just really dense. The heavy boys. Big head, no thoughts. Stocky.
Yeah, they are cute. Peaceful doesn't mean they can't train muscle. Yeah, you got a point.
Use the term absolute unit often, but this chicken.
Yes, it is. Oh, those wheels, that's for fucking bulldozer or whatever the name of this shit.
Absolute tires, goddamn. My dad and I share the same name. After starting Microsoft, people used to ask him if he was the real Bill Gates. I always hope he says yes. Happy Father's Day to the real Bill Gates. Bodybuilders in suits. Sex-addicted tortoise retires after fathering 800 kids and saving his species from
Yeah, that was Diego, but he wasn't alone in that shit. There was a second turtle named E5. That probably, I think, it made even more than Diego.
extinction. Glad he can finally take a break. What a hard job, man. The heart of a blue whale. Ever wonder what happens to pet goldfish when they end up in our waterways? They become huge. They're so bright.
Really?
I'm in awe at the size of this lad.
Yeah. Absolute
Ways,
raccoon.
they become huge. They're so bright. I'm in awe.
Just... That's a fucking raccoon at home. Just... That's a fucking potato.
Awe at the size of this lad. Put him down.
massive. Yeah, huge.
Baby's bigger than the older baby. What? 97-day-old emperor penguin chick. Happy
97 years old penguin? Wait, how big will this boy be when he grows up?
feet. Holy, how does one achieve this build? This is Fat Fred. He is a boy. He is not pregnant. He weighs 28 pounds. Yes, he is on a diet. No, it's
Damn.
not working well. Sorry, Fred, but you need to lose weight. The mountain holding a regular cup and the watch. There's probably a big
Yeah, the question of how he and his wife have fun time is always weird.
watch and it still looks small on him. My dad used to take me to feed the buffalo outside of town when I was little. We called this guy the Big Daddy.
I see why. Oh, and this poor cat. He's like having a problem with his muscles, I think.
Every day I think about this buff cat I encountered last year. An absolute unit. Someone said that
Yes.
cat has a deep voice. Aquarium apologizes for using thick and oh lord to describe an otter. Abby is a thick girl. What an absolute unit. She chunk. It's because it's a she. How dare you? This elephant
The fucking chunk chart.
is plant at a plant store. Absolute unit paws on this kitty.
I don't believe you. Those must be fake. I mean, just 5 fingers on a paw on the paw. It doesn't make sense, and also the positions are different. The positions of those paws are fucking wrong.
Extra toe beans. This bunny has an absolute. These ears are massive.
Yeah, huge as ears. I wonder what happens when you shout into those ears. Is it like releases on the other side or what?
Might as well be wings. The tallest
Yeah.
mallard duck to have ever lived, known as Long Boy. He stands over 1 meter tall. Massive. You could make a carriage out of those. Absolute thighs. That's many years of hard work. 14-year-old basketball prodigy. Squirrel cat. These absolute units of antlers on these red stags. Stop what you're doing. Canadian lynx also do the thing that
Aw.
house cats do, where they
How
stop
cute.
grooming with their legs stuck in the air. Okay, carry on. Thanks. Town stalked by giant 2-meter tall 95-kilo kangaroo with a torn ear who emerges from the bushes to terrorize dog walkers and golfers. Oh, I love Australia. I'm visiting for the first time. Oh, what is that? A 2-meter tall kangaroo? What do you...
Yeah. A fucking red kangaroo and fuck this picture. The first picture is fucking menacing. It's like the last thing you see before you die suddenly.
What do you do? Do you run? Do you stand your ground? You gotta run. Important.
You cough. You just and that's like a sign that you give up. Oh wait, but it doesn't work on red kangaroos. I forgot.
Arctic
Red kangaroos don't cough. 1v1 that. No, you won't be able to. You will be fucking fucked.
foxes not only gain about 50% of their base body weight for the winter, they also grow a thick winter coat up to 5 inches long. Unit of a dog
Yes.
inspects the puppy. White House chef Andre Rush, the Irish president.
Yeah, but that's just cute. I don't think it deserves to be in the absolute unit. I mean, a regular dog, a regular president, just very cute.
He is a unit and so is the dog. An absolute unit of a bat. 5
Now that's a unit, that's a fucking bat my size. I am 5'5" or 5'6". This bat is literally my size.
5. Yeah, guys, the bat itself isn't 5'5" tall. Don't worry.
Batman. Probably just Batman.
Alright, it's its wingspan. I present you all with my grandpa's cat, Penson, the world's oldest bonsai tree, over 1,000 years old. His fingers look like carrots. Yeah. For someone who's very scared of spiders,
Holy fuck! Why did you scare me like that? Imagine you come into the room, you recognize the pattern, and without even realizing this is a fucking plushie, just You will break the decibel limit if you see that shit. I definitely will.
This doesn't really scare me because it's just too big. It's not even realistic. On the set of the Prince.
Nah. No, it will scare you always.
Princess Bride.
I'm not scared of spiders at all. My congratulations. You are an arachnophile in that case.
Andre the Giant once let out a 16-second fart and brought production to a standstill. Nobody said anything, except the director, who said, "Are you okay, Andre?" To which he replied, "I am now, boss."
16-second fart? What the fuck? Are you serious? 16 seconds of a fart? I can't even imagine how it will just stink. Holy shit, I can't imagine the smell. I've done better than that. Yeah, I believe you.
Apparently wombats in fire-affected areas are not only allowing other animals to take shelter in their deep, fire-resistant burrows, but are actively herding and fleeing animals into them. We're seeing more leadership and empathy from these guys than the entire federal government.
I'm not joking this time. Wait, really? Holy fuck. Fucking farter. Okay, but look at this wombat. That's a big boy.
I think animals are misunderstood, and I think there's a lot of stuff we don't understand with them. They're not as dumb as people like to say they are. They're very intelligent.
My sister is a witness of that. Your poor sister.
Just in different ways. When I face even the slightest obstacle in my life.
That's the kind of sound this Shiba Inu would make.
This is sad. A dog should never be this big. Lose some weight, come on.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolute unit of a gumball machine. My 5'6" shy 13-year-old son for scale. Juiced. Aussie James Magnuson. Looking massive for enhanced games. 38-pound rescue cat Crumbs gets stuck in shoe rack while trying to escape from fat camp. He caused a ruckus. Although many ignored, especially in the third world, there are good artists everywhere. There is Tool, then there is Yao Ming, and then there's the tallest guy like Robert Waldo, I think his name is Waldo. He's massive. Shrek was a merino sheep from New Zealand. He escaped and avoided shearing for 6 years by hiding in a cave.
Okay, that's fucking photoshopped. That's just a Photoshop.
An absolute unit. The 4 absolute units of the apocalypse.
Aww, just four chunk boys. Chunk sheep, chunk tiger, chunk raccoon from earlier. And a chunky seal. I love chunky seals.
Heaviest objects in the universe. The sun, neutron star. Black hole, chunk.
Yeah, just fucking chunk cat. Look at this shit. It's not even all loud he's coming. He's just chunk.
So heavy he's breaking my screen. He completed a 100-kilometer dog sled journey and was trapped in an avalanche. He escaped with a knife made from his own frozen feces. He killed a wolf with his bare hands, fought against some German people, and escaped to camp. This man from 1911 running for sheriff. I am 37 years old, 6'3", wear number 7 3-4 hat, number 11 shoes, measures 62 inches in the waist and weigh 422 pounds. Your support solicited.
That's like 200 kilos, by the way.
Gumfield, you lazy cat.
Where's my lasagna? You lazy fuck.
I eat John. It's what I do. Do you guys want me to do a video on explaining the joke, like me?
Yeah, that will be a good idea, but that was also the super funny units. Holy shit. The video is like 14 minutes and I managed to stretch it out to 45 minutes. What the fuck is wrong with me? I need to pause less. Really. Okay, next video. Let's go for some serious stuff, for some drama. Name of the video: a deep dive into the violent unraveling of pirate software from industry icon to glorified lolcow. Drama? Yes, drama. Fucking drama. This will be the the most fucked drama for over a hour long video. In my case, it will be like 2 hours long video. I saw some snippets from the drama before the video even showed up. Heck nah. Heck yes, believe me. I want to see it because Pirate Software. I used to like the guy, but now, after all the drama unfolded, I was a witness to the drama. The guy is a fucking a fake, a fucking pony.
The bigger they are,
Okay,
the
let's watch.
harder they fall. And that phrase is perfect to describe when a massive content creator gets into controversy bad enough to
Holy.
end their career. But when it comes to Pirate Software, he wasn't just a big content creator. He was someone who managed to blow up from 13,000 subscribers all the way to 1.1 million in less than 2 months.
It was yeah, mostly because of the YouTube Shorts when where he would just provide you some information on his fucking drawing board in the PC, and he would say that in the way that you would feel stupid for not knowing that.
Taking over the YouTube Shorts algorithm at some point, and even making over $50,000 in one Twitch stream.
Wow, that's a lot.
However, he also managed to lose all of that just as fast. His actions didn't just make him unlikable, but it exposed him both just as fast.
Wait a second. Wait, that's roughly not the what's the word for that? It's not the exact number. It is roughly.
His actions didn't just make him unlikable, but it exposed him both as a brand and as a person, making people realize that they had subscribed to him over lies or exaggerations, and that he never showed his true self until now. You've no doubt somehow heard about this already. So many people are talking
Yes.
about him because it's that much of a crazy story, and so I thought of making a video going back to the first ever incident and how it led us here today. So without further ado, let's do this. All right, so the first question to even ask here is, where the hell did Pirate Software even come from? Well, he created his channel in 2016. And while his channel would grow over the years, it would do so in a very slow manner, reaching 13,000 subscribers after 7 years.
That's still a decent amount, but for 7 years, yeah, not so much.
But then, at the end of October 2023, he would take a decision that would change his life forever. And that would be uploading highlights of his Twitch streams as YouTube Shorts. These
Really?
were such an incredible success that for a while they took over the YouTube Shorts algorithm. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised at all if a huge portion of you watching this video right now came across these shorts on your own time. The
Yes, I did, and I've seen like the majority of those YouTube Shorts.
views speak for themselves, with tens of millions of people being exposed to his channel for the first time and liking it. But how did he manage to do that when so many others couldn't? Well, many different shorts actually share the same factors. All you have to do is just watch one to understand the appeal. This short right here, titled Social Engineering, has every single one of these factors combined. So let's take a look at it and then I'll explain. Watch.
So when I worked at Blizzard, I had to do a social engineering task where I had to hit customer support, and I had to get 50 questions answered. And let me tell you, I got my questions answered. I shouldn't have. That was the problem. They're not supposed to answer those. And one of the things that I
What?
found that was really interesting is people that had been there for 1 year were really, really hard to trick. But people that had been there for 5 years were really easy to trick. What have we learned? We've learned that training is the issue. Everybody that actually worked at the company got training in their first year, and then they never got training again. So they became complacent, exactly. The director of CS came, and he said, I want the names. And I said, I'm not giving you the names. You're just going to fire those people. And he goes, I'm going to go to your boss. I was like, do it. My boss is like, you got the names? I was like, yeah. And he goes, you going to give them to him? And I was like, no. And he goes, he's not going to give you the names, bud. And then I sat down and I was look, I'm not giving you the names, because if I did, you'd fire all of these people that are your best employees, the ones that have been here the longest. And in 4 years, you will have the exact same problem with the people that are newbies right now. The issue is not the employees, it's your training regimen. I sat down with him, we created a new 6-month training regimen, and guess what? I went back about a year later, did the same thing. All those people passed with flying colors. Not a single one of them answered my questions.
Well, there you have
Yeah.
it. The deep voice, with the confidence and eloquence in his speech, as well as the whiteboard he was drawing on at the bottom that was meant to soothe any attention span issues Gen Z might have, was the perfect combination. Additionally, this story made him out to be a genius, but not just any genius, a noble genius who saved 8 employees from losing their jobs by standing up to the evil boss. And where did that boss work? At some unknown company? No, he worked at the grand, prestigious video game company, Blizzard Entertainment. Yes, that's right, this guy right here, talking in such an amazing, eloquent tone, worked at Blizzard Entertainment. And that's something he would make sure to mention any chance he got.
When I worked at Blizzard, I did that for Blizzard. Blizzard, 7 years, yeah. Blizzard. I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment.
Anyway, we'll get back to that later in the video, but for now, all you have to understand is that these shorts were
I used to be in here, I used to be in there, I used to be up your mother's ass. Yes.
extremely effective. Pirate Software had gone from 13,000 subscribers to 1 million before the year even ended. That's 2 months going
Wait, July here? Wait, that was in 2 months in October? That's a
from
fucking
13,000
lot.
to 1.1 million in over
The only thing that could just boost up more than he could at the time, it's fucking Sameko Saba recently, which is obviously Kavgura but reincarnated basically.
2 months, going from 13,000 to 1.1 million. And over time, his shorts have racked up almost
Holy
2.3
fuck.
billion views. A massive, astounding achievement in such a short amount of time. But YouTube wasn't the only platform that benefited. I mean, these shorts were highlights from his streams, so of course people went to those streams to see the real thing live. And so his Twitch channel went from 400 concurrent viewers to thousands. And within barely 3 months, he was at over 8,000 concurrent viewers. That's top
a lot.
1% of the top 1%. Now look, of course you might think, well, there are bigger streamers out there, of course, but even those streamers must have gotten envious sometimes because of how loyal and supportive Pirate Software's community was. On December 2023, he would beat Twitch's Hype Train record. When enough people donate bits or gift subs, the Hype Train is activated, starting at level 1. While that's happening, a timer starts counting down to 0. If more people donate, the timer resets and they get to level 2. Pirate Software's community had gotten him to level 55, and they discovered together that level 55 was actually the cap. No one had ever reached a Hype Train level this high on the entire platform. He had gotten over 7,000 subs and 1.8 million bits. If you don't know what this means, he had essentially made $50,000 in one stream. This guy's community was so unstoppable that it made everyone else be aware of his existence. So much so that he actually was able to get nominated to the Streamer Awards in December of 2023. He was barely getting viral. But this is just how influential he was in such a short span of time. But what I want you to understand here is that the Streamer Awards actually have way bigger streamers than Pirate Software in other category nominations. For example, like XQC or Kai Cenat. These streamers would of course send their own communities to go vote for them on the website. And they did so with no issues. But when Pirate Software sent his community to vote for him, they crashed the fucking website. No other content creator had even come close to crashing the website.
Seriously.
So it goes without saying that he won the best
Wait,
software to
it was-
crashing the website. So it
Vidal was there with fucking Neurosama. How did they lose? They were insane, or was it in way too early? I think at the time Neuro was only starting her hype. Right now she's fucking unstoppable, but at the time, okay, this is far more believable.
goes without saying that he won the Best Software and Game Development Streamer Award in 2023. He wasn't just
Is that fucking Dan Clancy? This fucking man. Fucking idiot.
absolutely killing it, the guy was speedrunning being a content creator, getting to 1 million subs, getting hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitch, winning streamer awards, and beating records when it came to donations on Twitch. So of course, I say this with no exaggeration, the sky was the limit and the guy was barely getting started. If he could achieve that in just a couple of months, what could he achieve in years? Would he become a legend? Achieve stardom? Either way, he was unstoppable until he wasn't. And he had no one to blame but himself. The first incident that would begin his cataclysmic downfall was, in the most ironic way possible, in a World of Warcraft dungeon. Yes, Blizzard Entertainment's biggest game of all time. And it would become his worst nightmare. Guys, I don't think World of Warcraft needs any introduction, okay?
No,
it
it
came out in
doesn't.
2004 and revolutionized gaming forever. Many games tried to copy it, many games tried to compete with it, they all died, and this game is still alive today in 2025. Now, throughout the years, it has received many different expansions, 9 in total. And while they would add more content, quests, story, sometimes new races, sometimes new classes, some of them would also permanently alter the game's fundamental mechanics. In other words, the game
Really?
that you're playing now in 2025 is vastly different from the game that you would have played on release day. One could even go as far as saying that they're completely different games at this point. Seeing that so many people's most
Really?
meaningful gaming experience while they were growing up was World of Warcraft, a lot of them yearned for nostalgia. A lot of them wanted to relive those days when all they had to do was worry about mechanics from 10 or even 15 years ago. This would result in the rise of WoW private servers.
Man,
Unofficial servers
why you have your life in Need for Speed section on Twitch? Oh, that's because I forgot to change it. Give me a second. Why did I forget this little shit? Give me a second. I am putting it in the reaction section. That's it. It's
servers
fixed
ran
now.
by fans in which they would use old versions of the game. At some point, Blizzard would start taking down some of the most popular private servers and would cause community outrage.
Alright, yes.
With many asking Blizzard directly, well, why are you going to take them down, seeing that there's demand for them if you're not going to make one of your own? And so they took their sweet time, but eventually, in the year 2019, they would launch World of Warcraft Classic, bringing back World of Warcraft exactly how it was back during patch 1.12.1 of September 2006, before the launch of its first ever expansion. It would run
Seriously?
in parallel to the normal World of Warcraft of today and would slowly re-release its expansions, allowing people to
Well, I'm the best moderator you could get for free. Oh wait, you could fix it? Really? I didn't know. Okay, thanks, man.
live them once more. In the summer of 2023, World of Warcraft Classic would release the Hardcore Realms game mode. These are separate servers from normal ones in which you can create a new character, but if you die, you lose that character forever, hence why it was called Hardcore. And this is where Sodapoppin comes in, a streamer that has been streaming for over a decade now. In his early days, he was a popular World of Warcraft streamer, and when he saw the announcement of World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore, he would create a Hardcore streamer guild in October 2023, in which he and a bunch of other big streamers would try their best to level up their character to level 60 without dying, and eventually also try to do endgame content. It was a big success, so at the end of 2024, he decided to launch Season 2. This time, better
Good.
and bigger than ever before. The amount of streamers that participated in this Season 2 was insane. There are streamers here who had never even played World of Warcraft. That
Oh,
were
I can't change it, but I'm aware of the state of the life and the chat as well. Okay, no problem.
huge in games that they played. Some were League of Legends pros, some were Counter-Strike pros. I mean, the list went on. It was an astounding amount of people. And of course, one of the many big streamers that had joined OnlyFans was none other than Pirate Software. Seeing that he had built such a massive influence over the year of 2024, adding him to the guild was seen as a net positive. It was seen as a good thing. Until one day, it wasn't.
OnlyFans, OnlyFans. But probably they had an OnlyFans account too, who knows.
The maximum level you could reach in World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore was level 60, and getting there, just by itself, is already
What? Yes.
an ordeal that lasts dozens of
Sus. Super
hours
sus.
and sees you try
Wait until you see this sussy shit.
your best to not die. Now, Dire Maul is a dungeon that you can only access if you're level 58 at the minimum, and its appeal is the amount of great gear that it drops. Dungeons are typically ran by 5 people, so Pirate Software and 4 other streamers decided to take this on in order to get better gear. Now usually, when you're in a dungeon or a raid, there's always a team leader, someone who calls the shots. It's a very stressful role, especially in a raid when you're managing a couple dozen people, and it's even crazier in hardcore World of Warcraft because whatever you decide might affect the accounts of the people playing. One
That
wrong
game
move
looks
and they
shit.
lose dozens of hours
Yes,
of progress,
it is.
and it's all on you. I'm saying this because I want you to bear in mind that Pirate Software is not the group leader here. But as silly as this sounds, the beginning of Pirate Software's downfall was because of this dungeon and what you're about to see here. The YouTuber Dev, otherwise known as Short Fat Otaku, great name by the way, combined the perspectives of everyone who was streaming in the dungeon minus one person. One of them was Pirate Software on the top right. As you're watching this, you're going to hear the team leader say, run. In World of Warcraft dungeons or raids, this means retreat, but help each other retreat. Not every man for himself, don't care about your teammates. You're meant to stick around, try your best to outmaneuver the enemies while making sure your teammates also make it out with you. But as you might guess, that's not what happened here at all. Watch.
God damn it.
Run.
Just run. Can you tell you, dummy?
All right, so he said run.
You.
The team tries their best to make sure that they all get out
The
together.
masses. No.
Look at Pirate Software.
Aussie, are you fine? Any grenades,
I got last
anything?
stand.
No wonder it. The video quality is shit.
Heal
What
him,
the
heal him,
hell?
heal him, heal him.
Yeah, you just heal me. Just come back a little bit.
What's on me? Sitting bear form.
Snuppy, just run.
I can help lot. Yeah.
Pirate, why are you walking, bro?
You
What are you talking about? Why am I
fucking
walking? Look
This
at
is
my mana.
savageable. Come on,
Innovate you.
man.
Kill
So his teammate told him, Pirate, why are you walking, bro? This is salvageable. Come on, man. He doesn't care. He keeps running all by himself.
just kill the mastiffs.
Innovate.
Innovate
Use
the
Nova,
healer.
bro,
Kill the
come on.
mastiffs. We got this.
Heals.
In the sense of
War something.
Do you see my mana? What am I supposed to do for you?
Just kill the mastiffs.
Do
One shot.
something,
More than
you
one
idiot.
way. More than
Run
way.
now. The mastiffs can be ice novas.
Now we're gonna wait.
Musara.
Oh.
Okay, get out.
Run.
Evocation's on cooldown, man.
I can taunt last
How
one.
much mana is
as
ice?
well.
There's no way that much mana.
You have a boss in you. You called run.
Getting slowed.
Fuck. Wait.
Anything for me?
I can-
Snuppy. Oh,
I
no.
don't think... I cannot stun him. Also,
No,
you're good.
just run out.
So, that sounded like a massive fuck up, didn't it?
Yes, it
Yes.
did, Short Fat Otaku.
I don't blame him for that. If I have to run, I run, man. No, the thing is, the dude is, first of all, a former Blizzard employee, worked for Blizzard many years, and in theory, he was supposed to be like a World of Warcraft expert. Plus, he was in that fucking super hardcore server. So in theory, he's supposed to know the code of the game. And apparently he doesn't. He just heard run, he ran. And he didn't help his teammates. That's the thing.
Bear in mind, Pirate Software's excuse here was, I have no mana, I can't help you, when he clearly had 2 items in his inventory that could bring back up his mana. He could have totally helped and saved
Seriously?
his 2 teammates that ended up dying, losing all their progress. This was a disaster. One of his teammates, Yamato, on the left here, confronted him and was asking him what happened, like what's going on? And this was what Pirate Software had to say right after the fact.
You instantly ran. You didn't even look
As much
back.
as you're angry right now, of course I ran.
I'm not
be
angry at all. I'm
You
not angry at all.
overpulled 2 packs. You overpulled 2 packs and a boss. I had 1,400 mana left. I had to spend all of that mana to try and put it on Blizzard to save you guys in the first place, and nothing left. You weren't paying attention to party resources. You overpulled, and you weren't paying attention to where the boss was. That's not on me.
So 2 of his teammates pretty much lost everything. He very clearly ran on his own when he could have just said, you know what, look, yes, I panicked, I screwed up, my bad, sorry. But he instead decides to blame his entire team except for himself. It was your guys' fault for pulling in the enemies. It was your guys' fault for calling run in the middle of a fight. It was your guys' fault for this and that. This was very weird behavior. I mean, this is just a game. And he was acting like if he apologized, he would be committing a cardinal sin or something. It made his teammates very uncomfortable to the point where the guild leader had to step in. Now, Soda Poppin was initially the guild leader, but then, unexpectedly, he dueled Tyler 1, who had leveled up to level 60 and became a very important member of the guild in a fight that would
really?
determine who the new guild master would be.
CS players be like, yes.
What no one was expecting, though, was that Tyler 1 would beat Soda Poppin, becoming the guildmaster. Seeing that this was becoming a big guild issue, he had to step in and brought both Yamato and Pirate Software into a call in order to squash the beef once and for all. The result?
Oh,
A catastrophe.
because if you have Tyler 1 on your ass, you will be annihilated. That man is a short king,
Watch.
literal.
What do you want, man?
Let me say it again.
He already said his piece.
Pirate.
Go on.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear
I
God.
want to speak to him because I didn't speak to him correctly. I said it again. We all did mistakes, bro. Like I didn't say, we are just blaming you. It's about the zero accountability is what makes us so mad.
There's no zero
You see the point?
accountability, dude. Everyone can do something better.
you-
But when you open up and
No,
you yell over another
no,
person
listen,
like
can
you were doing
I
earlier,
speak?
nah, I'm good.
You
See ya. I'm not doing that shit again.
Can I speak, please? Nah, I'm okay. So much stuff on the screen. What's all that on the inventory? I have no fucking idea, and I don't want to know. Fucking MMOs is not for me.
Again with him. Nah, he did it the first time. I'm not doing it a second one. Not interested.
I mean, this is so weird. Yamato was being as mature as possible here, saying, listen, this was all our fault. We're not blaming you. We just want you to admit, just like we've admitted, that we all screwed up, and he couldn't even say that.
Yeah, take your part in this accountability. Accept that you are also guilty of this shit.
Leaving the call like an immature, disrespectful baby as Yamato was talking. This not only rubbed his dungeon teammates the wrong way, it rubbed the entire OnlyFans guild as well as the viewers the wrong way. As criticism was mounting, Pirate Software was for the first time confronting massive controversy coming his way. At any point in time, he could have just simply apologized and moved on. Instead, he only chose to double down, playing the victim and saying that other streamers and OnlyFans just want to cause problems with him for no reason whatsoever.
Content
You
is
sure
causing
about
drama
that?
and problems. There's a lot of streamers actually in this guild that want to cause problems specifically with me, and have even stated so publicly on their Twitch, saying that they want to have a fight with me for content. That's not content. That's dog shit. Ridiculous. Keep it. Not going to be a part of it.
I mean, seriously, why would people just want to attack you unprovoked for no reason whatsoever? What a cruel world we live in. The bulk of these events would unfold from January 10th to January 12th, 2025. By that time, Pirate Software would have received so much criticism, so much hate, that he felt compelled to post a long tweet explaining his point of view on Twitter, saying,
Oh,
to those
really?
trying to character assassinate me online for a bad pull in Dire Maul WoW hardcore, this is hardcore WoW and a lot is on the line when you step foot into a dungeon. Here is a light breakdown of the last 24 hours. Our party went the wrong way and over
It's just a game, yes. And by the way, can I have a permission to yap, literally? Because it will be fucking boring if he will just read all of that.
pulled multiple packs with the boss. The shot caller made the
Literally, yap. Just yap all of that shit out.
call to run, then went back on that call. During the run out, another pack was pulled as we had opted to skip it previously, which is never a good thing. Communication was completely broken throughout this, and it was our second time failing the dungeon. Everyone played poorly, and 2 people ultimately lost their characters for it. Each person in this group made mistakes, including myself. I have never once said I was perfect in my play, nor that I was a god gamer. I'm just an ex-Blizzard employee that has played Mage for a long time. To pin that on a single person is absurd at best, and if you're calling for death and cancellation over it, you're too invested in this content in a very unhealthy way. If you're a creator engaging in this kind of behavior, then eventually your content
Skip.
wave will end, but the
I will
relationship
just
you've
snort it
sullied
out.
will be permanent. Hope it was worth it for you. To those trying to defend me, don't worry about it. This too shall pass. Do not attack anyone else on my behalf. I've always hated that kind of behavior. I have no intention of stopping making things or not doing stuff as I have already been. Those who were banned will stay so. I've never liked that kind of knee-jerk reaction behavior in our community before, and I will not be changing that now. For those that don't understand why they will stay banned, we had a 10-hour-long hate raid over it live on Twitch. We had to ban nearly 4,000 accounts across all platforms, and our moderators received death threats regularly throughout it all. People called for me to be killed both in-game and out of game. They tried to get me banned from Twitch, the guild, and WoW. They tried to make disparaging comments about our ferret rescue or that we somehow hurt animals. They tried to spread rumors saying I was convicted of felonies and many other things. The internet hate machine will not defeat me or the community that supports me. See you in WoW Hardcore tomorrow. So this was posted on
Holy shit, I almost fell asleep, literally. I snort out this hard.
January 13th, 2025. And while he did admit that everyone in the group made mistakes, including himself, it truly didn't feel genuine. It seemed like it was absolutely impossible for him to just say, I'm sorry, I misplayed. He just couldn't do it. Someone pointed that out, saying, where's the I messed up? And Pirate Software said, apparently you have no idea how to read, hope this helps, highlighting the paragraph in which he said, each person in this group made mistakes, including myself. Again, it was worded in a disingenuous way. He just couldn't take individual accountability,
Yes.
no matter what. The top comment was a WoW streamer known by Joker D saying, just take the L, it's not that hard, to which Pirate Software said, hope this was worth it for you. So overall, this entire
Yes, it
response
was.
didn't really help him at all. And even if it did, he would single-handedly ruin any progress it might have had in the coming days. He would double down, triple down, quadruple down, quintuple down, and eventually sextuple down, only to call OnlyFans a content guild built on hate.
Oh, how cute.
And a lot of it was from a rogue that was bitching the entire time about every goddamn thing that was going on except for his own play. But the mage is the one at fault because the mage is the hero class and the mage has to do everything perfectly. Everyone in that played badly. The druid butt pulled an extra pack on the way out. The tank chose to take us into a bad route through the entirety of the dungeon, pulled 2 packs and the boss at the same time. I, as the mage, went into that fight with 40% mana, tried to use my resources, used them poorly, and got myself out when the call was made to run, which, by the way, was made by them as well. Everyone played badly. In fact, the only person who didn't was the healer. And I explained that in the Twitter post, but no one wants to hear that shit because they want it to be a double down, a triple down, a quadruple down. They want to have a villain. They want to have an enemy. They want to fight that shit into the ground. They want to send death threats to people over it because they're goddamn insane. Because this guild has turned into a content guild built on hate, not a content guild built on experiences.
Are you done on
Because they're freaking
bullshitting?
monsters, dude.
It's just crazy how we got to this point and we're not even halfway through this drama, and all he had to really realistically do was look at the camera and say, you know what, I'm sorry. We all misplayed, yes, but I screwed up by running away the way I did. I had 2 items that could have restored my mana so I could help the 2 people who died, but I just simply panicked and ran away. And so even though we all misplayed, I just want to say I'm sorry for my play. But no, it was too hard for him. Guys, he worked at Blizzard, and Blizzard employees simply don't make mistakes. That's
Oh, really? Tell me, what the hell was happened with World of Warcraft latest versions? What the hell happened with Overwatch? And it's now Activision Blizzard since they are 2 together. Tell me, what the hell happened with the Call of Duty games? Low-key, I'm with him, let's not accept TL. In that case, you're a faker. I'm
given.
joking.
As Pirate Software was too busy playing the victim, a clip of the streamer Lucari surfaced in which he was doing a dungeon with Pirate Software. You see, Lucari is someone who had never played World of Warcraft up until this point. He was playing a mage, just like Pirate, but he was kind of having a hard time keeping up with everything going on. Here's
really?
how Pirate treated him. I'm sure you can tell from the title. Pirate Software bullying a totally new player to the game. Pathetic, dude. Watch.
You basically have to evocate to get your mana back for the next pull. Ugh.
Okay, what is happening?
Remind me. I sorry, I don't play the game, so I forgot. If you remind me, I can help you out real quick.
Huh?
Yeah, it's too bad I'm the only mage in the party. You're right, Chen. If only someone else would cast Arcane.
You serious?
Can't really keep wishing for things that just aren't here, though.
That is true.
That's true.
What the fuck
Can't wish
is
for
that
rogue,
donation
can't wish for-
alert?
Wishing for things that just aren't here.
Holy mama. That's some pretty good donation alerts. Look at this. Oh, what the hell is that?
Can't really keep wishing for things that just aren't here, though.
That is
That's true. That's true. Can't wish for the rogue. Can't wish.
You should add that. You should add that to stream. Not gonna lie. Maybe.
For another mage to cast Arcane in.
Yeah.
Only I need fucking. I need fucking Zani to do that. I need fucking Zani to do that the national out.
Brother, may I have some oats? Oh, since we have 2 mages, we could probably poly the ads.
Wait, we have 2 mages. Oh. Mage.
Cantarella, oh, even better. Yes, Cantarella. That Cantarella just wiggling her boobas this way. That will be brilliant.
Yeah, I can poly.
Here I've been the only one casting Arcane in. Incredible.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's wild, right?
Yeah.
God, even reality TV can't recreate such an awkward moment, man. Just ruining the whole vibe.
Yeah, it's too bad I'm the only mage in the party. You're right, Jen.
Hey man, I'm new
Best
to the
idea
game, so if
ever,
you want me
yes.
to help with Arcane, just let me know, remind me. Yeah, it's too bad I'm the only mage in the game, right, chat? Oh, we have 2 mages. Oh, I didn't know that. All that in the face of a new player who was being nothing but nice, honestly. And yet Pirate Software had the gall to complain about being bullied by other content creators when he was literally doing that to someone as innocent as Lakari. The culmination of all this would force Sodapoppin to take the decision of kicking Pirate Software
Finally.
from OnlyFans, pinging everyone in the OnlyFans Discord and saying this: yes, I made a decision to kick Pirate. I felt a large majority of people in the guild felt uncomfortable playing or being around him and all that drama that surrounded him at this point. Even though some people
Fucking
may have not
finally.
felt that way, a lot did. And after seeing some clips today from him quadrupling down, or I don't know what number we're on at this point, I think I'm making the right decision, but still I feel bad. Try to just let this whole thing slide into forgetfulness and move on, in my opinion. Stay safe, gamers. So look, at the end of the day, in World of Warcraft in general, when you're in a raid or dungeon, you have to trust every single member on your team to make sure that not only you complete the raid or dungeon, but that you also survive. This also applies on a way bigger scale in World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore, because one bad teammate can cost you the account that you've put dozens or even hundreds of hours in. And people just couldn't
Ow.
trust someone who couldn't take any accountability like Pirate Software. As soon as things would have gone wrong, he would have probably just ran for his life and said he had no mana again. And not many people really felt sorry for him because at the end of the day, he was the embodiment of this meme. No one was forcing him to sextuple down. No one was forcing him to bully a new player. The only person who was shooting themselves in the foot with a shotgun was none other than Pirate Software. At this point, Jason Thor Hall, otherwise known as Pirate Software, was slowly but surely becoming a lolcow, but
Just help us, we are dying. Dear God, please help. And Pirate be like, I worked at Blizzard. I'm Rochin. Here's what you need to know. I have no mana. I wasted it all on purpose. What do you want me to do? I worked at Blizzard. Fucking great excuses. And yet you have, I think it's a mana elixir or whatever it is. Fucking genius.
he had no idea. But that was normal, because fundamentally speaking, a lolcow is never aware that they're a lolcow. Look, there are a lot of definitions of what a lolcow is, but if I had to sum it up, well, it would be very simple. It's someone who simply embodies the worst of the worst when it comes to human traits, but they would be constantly convinced that they are the perfect human being, never able to admit fault, and never willing to even when they know that they're in the wrong. This by itself becomes very entertaining, and there are many examples. They come in all shapes, sizes, and
Holy
even
shit.
colors.
Not this, man.
They come in all shapes, sizes, and even colors.
Not this, man. Please, please, no, no, no. The embodiment of competitive racism. Here it is.
And the mage who ran out of mana was about to join their ranks imminently. All he had to do to avoid this fate was just fucking apologize, man. But he just couldn't. In fact, what he ended up doing was maybe one of the cringiest things in this entire video. I genuinely can't believe that someone in his 30s said this, but I mean, watch this yourself, you'll know what I mean.
How did you get this deep? Stop feeding into it. All of the accounts that are messaging me are getting reported. There's a funny fact about this. I worked at Blizzard for 7 years. There's a whole lot of other people there that still know. And all of these reports are going directly to me. They're well aware of the situation, and everybody who's messaging me, they're going to get read. It's kind of a dumbass thing to do, and I can't wait for all of them to get banned. Yep.
Yeah, so all you guys whispering me right now with these threats, well, guess
Well,
what? My
exactly.
dad works at Nintendo, and I'm going to tell him personally about every single one of you, so good job. See you later. It's like, bro, if they're sending you death threats, you really just have to report them in game, and I'm sure something will happen. You don't have to actually bother your Blizzard alumni. This clip was on January 14th. And guys, I swear to you, I am constantly impressed by how ironic life can be. I don't think we live in a simulation, but sometimes I do get the feeling because some things are just so perfect in comedic timing, you'd think that there was someone writing a script. One day after this clip came out, Pirate Software was streaming the game Ashes of Creation during its second alpha. This is an MMORPG similar to World of Warcraft, and it also has raids as well as dungeons. During a raid, Pirate Software would wipe the entire team. He would kill everyone single-handedly by pulling in the wrong unit. What would be his first reaction?
Really?
Well, watch for yourself.
Sabu is not paying attention.
He pulled in the enemy,
Sabu.
and he died.
God damn it, guys.
Oh, no, who pulled the ocular?
So one of you pulled the ocular.
So
Why? Now half the raid is dead. Was there a reason for that?
I swear, it is so funny knowing that he was the one who pulled the ocular. This is also another thing with lolcows. They are unintentionally hilarious. Pirate Software here was genuinely pissed, okay? He genuinely was livid. But knowing that he was the one who caused the wipe is so fucking funny. It showed people that World of Warcraft wasn't an isolated case. He was doing this in Ashes of Creation and would very easily do this a third time somewhere else. It was him. He was the issue here. And his lack of accountability was astounding. But you know what else is astounding? His ability to keep digging himself in deeper holes. During this whole fiasco, Joker D would talk about Pirate Software and would call him out.
I honestly fuck Pirate Software. Like, straight up, bro, this dude... this dude is a complete fraud. At least in the WoW space, I don't care if he worked for fucking Blizzard. The guy probably made fucking coffee for some devs. I don't even believe for a second.
So out of all the streamers in OnlyFans, Joker D probably went the hardest on Pirate Software. He took segments of this rant and uploaded it as a YouTube video. That YouTube video would then be removed due to a violation of community guidelines, and the person who striked it cited the reason as being harassment and cyberbullying. One could only guess.
You fucking serious? How can a person be so fucking soft?
Who took this video down? I mean, seriously. Joker D would never reveal the name of the brand or whatever that was behind this, but seeing that the video had gotten brigaded by Pirate Software's community, for many, it was safe to say that Pirate Software was the one who took this video down because he simply didn't like it, abusing the copy strike system on YouTube. Seeing that Pokemon had done this in the past back in 2020, getting an amazing community reaction, and of course we can't forget about Alinity doing this as well back in 2018. Wow, I'm old.
I'm gonna copy strike this guy.
I mean, it was genius. It worked so well for every content creator who had done that prior. So obviously, this was the play. Congratulations. You know, it's so fascinating to me how the internet works sometimes. Someone could mind their own business for months, for years, for decades. But as soon as they do something that makes them so incredibly unlikable, the internet starts seeing a big red target on your back and they strike. Pirate Software had a talent of building up a huge, loyal community in just a span of a couple of months. When January 2025 came by though, he proved to us that he had another talent, building up a massive community of very loyal haters. These incidents that we just talked about had ensured that. This is when those very same haters would start scrutinizing every single aspect of Pirate Software, both as a brand and as a person, only to eventually dismantle this massive empire that he had built. Now look, just to be clear, Pirate Software has always had haters, dating all the way back to September 2024, and there were earlier instances too. This is normal. When you get famous, when you take over the algorithm the way he did, some people will naturally get fatigued from you. I mean, you might not believe this, but even someone like Queso has haters, purely because he's a massive content creator, no pun intended. Some of these early haters of Pirate Software would start making videos talking about his past. About how, for example, he wasn't the game developer he was making himself out to be, especially with his Blizzard experience. About how he used to go by the name of Moldavius Figtree and was a well-renowned furry in Second Life and EVE Online.
Of course! I actually thought the information about being a furry is a fucking fake, but... Holy shit, he's a former furry. Oh fuck. Fuck. No wonder he is such hypocritic fuck. Furries is the worst thing alive, I swear to God.
But those videos would never get enough traction to actually matter. As you can see, this video right here with the title of Pirate Software, the streamer who faked his game dev career, had reached almost 100,000 views. From the like and dislike ratio, we can see how Pirate Software had somehow, either directly or indirectly, sent his community to brigade this video, and just like Joker D's video, it was taken down by abusing the copy strike system and inciting harassment and cyberbullying. So essentially, if you were an early hater of Pirate Software, if you had something to say, well, chances are no one heard you. This is how for a long time he was able to sweep all the hate, feedback, and criticism under the rug. Except this time, after all the events that we just saw unfold, he had way too many eyes examining his every move, and he couldn't just sweep criticism under the rug anymore. For example, around the end of January 2025, Pirate Software had DMCA'd an indie game and threatened to sue its developer. Why? Well, the developer shows us the main reason why Pirate Software wanted the game taken down. Here it is. It's this roach wearing the same wizard hat that he was wearing during World of Warcraft, while mimicking some of the things that he was saying. Watch.
As much as you're angry right now, of course I ran.
No, that's just
this
high-level
whole game
trolling.
got DMCA'd because of this. I mean, this is how sensitive he is. And now many people were made aware of this. He couldn't just copy
fucking sensitive softy pussy, this man.
Strike or DMCA just about anyone, because every time he did, he spawned more haters. His strategy was now outdated. Everyone was made aware of what had happened to this indie game. And speaking of indie games, there was renewed scrutiny over Pirate Software's indie game called Heartbound, with many wondering why it's been in early access since 2018 with no release date in sight. Give it 3 more years, it'll be a decade. Some people were comparing him to Yandere Dev.
And that's for another good reason, because, well, Thor wasn't a creepy guy, unless you exclude the furry stuff. His entire game code was somehow even worse than the spaghetti code of the Yandere Dev. I saw this video literally 2-3 days ago, a different video. That was a review of the game. It was a fucking mess. The game was just a piece of shit.
Very well established lolcow who hadn't released his game in over a decade. And when people actually analyzed its code, they found some of the worst written code known to mankind. Seeing all this scrutiny and criticism catch up to his own game development must have hit one hell of a nerve, because very shortly after he announced that Heartbound would start receiving monthly updates. And all it took was people going there and reviewing it negatively.
Oh,
really? He was hoping that this would steer off the criticism and the scrutiny, and that things would eventually finally go back to normal, but the haters weren't really done just yet. People were putting into question his entire identity, the fact that he worked at Blizzard for 7 years, but worked what exactly? As well as him claiming that he was one hell of a hacker who had gone to the yearly hacking conference, DEF CON, and won some pretty important events there, with the help of his team that he never mentioned, of course. Always taking credit for
Seriously?
this by himself. I mean, at some point he was invited to a podcast called Dropped Frames. This was a clip from it, and here's the title: Pirate Software on how he became a hacker for the government. These were the stories that he was telling
Seriously?
people. Watch this.
You're a hacker. Like that's where you like kind of started.
Actual hacker.
An actual hacker. Like,
Yes.
not like I'm a hacker. No, you're an actual
That's not
hacker.
kidding.
You
Yeah.
won.
Like an actual hacker.
Yeah,
Yeah, my last job was hacking power plants for the federal government. I
Yeah.
worked for the United States Department of Energy.
So
Just
dude
the
walks in with a
and,
laptop and a suit, and you lean
Yeah.
over to, who's that guy? Oh, that's the hacker from the government.
Yeah, that's the hacker.
It's even worse 'cause we go in like
Like,
3 to
what?
4 man teams, man. So like we've got a team. Of
Oh, you
dudes
had a
looking
fleet.
Like
You had
this.
like a team
Yeah.
of dudes in
It
suits
wasn't just
holding
me.
laptops,
Yeah,
walking into
exactly.
restricted areas. Okay.
When he says things like this, what he's trying to paint in your mind as a viewer is that he's some sort of Unit 8200 Mossad
Are you an idiot?
agent writing zero-day exploits on USBs that are snuck into. In your
Wait,
mind
wait.
as a viewer is that he's some sort of Unit 8200 Mossad agent writing zero-day exploits on USBs that are snuck into Iranian nuclear facilities and that infest and shut down the entire technical operation of that nuclear power plant. When in reality, if you look at his LinkedIn and reconcile it against his skill set, what he did was social engineering. He wrote phishing emails and tried to gain access to credentials and user systems that way.
So Coding Jesus said it best. Pirate Software's entire identity was slowly starting to unravel right before our very eyes. From the shorts that made him go viral, to the stories he used to say on stream, to quite literally everything about him was nothing more than either an exaggeration or him trying as best as possible to sugarcoat reality. We can very clearly see on his LinkedIn that first off, he didn't work at Blizzard for 7 years, it was actually 6 years, 6 months, and that his
Oh.
initial roles were him being in quality assurance. For the first 4 years at Blizzard, so the majority of his time there, he was in an entry-level role, eventually being promoted multiple times and finishing off as a senior red team specialist. In his own description of the job, he said, infiltrated and exploited physical access controls, managed social
Okay.
engineering operations to improve employee awareness and resilience, and finally created, launched, and managed a global web application bounty program. As Coding Jesus said, this guy would literally just send phishing emails, make phone calls, try to pretend to be an outsider in order to have employees make mistakes so that they can improve internal protocols. I mean, it's an important job, that's for sure, but even on his LinkedIn, he
but
would make
it's-
claims that he worked on all these different games. I mean, yeah, indirectly, but none of your code made it to
Hello.
the game.
Hello, Riley.
You didn't
We are watching
model, you didn't
videos.
texture, and you sure as hell didn't animate. You just so happened to work on internal projects in parallel to these games. And yet, every time someone would mention something about games, about the video game industry, about whatever, he would always start off by saying, I worked 7 years at Blizzard, actually, so I know what I'm talking about. When in reality, no, you have more experience as an indie developer than you ever had as a developer at a AAA company, and that's the truth. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that he made this such an important and integral part of his personality that it felt like a massive betrayal. But that's not all. His dad was Joey Ray Hall. This picture right here is of 10 people. And if you don't know who they are, these people happen to be the original founders of Blizzard Entertainment. Yes,
Holy
these guys are
shit.
legends in every sense of the word. And the guy in the middle
May
is
I
none
request
other
a video? Okay, what it is?
than Jason Thorhall's father. He later became the director of cinematics at Blizzard, which is probably the only thing that Blizzard has been consistently good at for the last 20 years. He was also the
Holy
inspiration behind this guy in South Park from the famous World of Warcraft episode. I mean, this guy was a legend in every sense of the word. And so
Yeah,
Mashable.com, when they made this article about Pirate Software titled How Streamer Pirate Software Gained Nearly 2 million subs in 6 months, they just had to mention the fact that he's a Nepo baby. Saying when he was 16, he landed a dream job as a game tester at Blizzard Entertainment, which, before the bloated loot boxes and corporate acquisition by Microsoft for $68.7 billion, was considered one of the most respected.
Deterrence by Pile of Void. Okay, let's see very quickly. Deterrence still. Hold up a fucking second. You just... It's an analog horror. Wait, are you talking about this channel? Let's see. I mean, there is no episode called Deterrence. Deterrence, sorry. Just like... Okay, but analog horror. Yes, this channel. Which tape? Which episode, because from the thumbnail, it actually looks pretty good. It's Operation 1. Let me... Where is it? Wait, Operation Cleanup, I guess. Third video. Okay, I will watch that later after I get finished with that video. Thankfully, only 40 minutes left. So I guess I will watch this. I guess I will crap myself to sleep tonight. It's like 11 p.m. nearly. Oh, I will have some good fucking time this night. Okay, anyway.
Companies in the video game industry. It helped that he was a Nepo baby, since his dad, Joey Ray Hall, had spent over 2 decades at the industry titan since almost the very beginning. Now, of course, after 6 months, he would leave because he felt that the corporate life wasn't for him, and many years later would reapply by himself without the help of his dad, landing a QA role, which I believe, because if he had the help of his dad, no way he would end up in an entry-level position. But still, just them including this sentence, calling him a Nepo baby, truly triggered him beyond belief. I mean, look at what he had to say.
Yeah, really not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. It's one of those things that I've been trying to fight my entire career. It's one of the things that I've had to argue with people in chat about. It's one of the things that we ban people for here. Anytime people say shit like that, because it's deeply disrespectful and it completely overwrites any of the things that I've done throughout my career as something that is somebody else's success, which they have not been in any possible respect. And it's just rude as fuck. So, what do you say?
Rude, but it's not a lie, you know.
In the thing, he said it was he called me a Nepo baby. In his article. No, that's dog shit behavior. Really gross. In any case, let's go find somebody to raid.
I mean, you heard him, right? He would ban people in chat if they called him a Nepo baby. It's the easiest way to trigger him. And yet, at the same time, the same guy who's acting triggered over being called Nepo baby said this multiple times on his stream. Watch.
So I'm second generation Blizzard. I'm the first second generation Blizzard employee that ever existed in the company. I'm also a second generation Blizzard employee. I was a second generation Blizzard employee. I was the first second generation Blizzard employee ever. I was the first second generation Blizzard employee. And I love that shit. I love that company. Working for Blizzard sucked.
Again, a lol cow is someone who is unintentionally hilarious when being 100% serious. And I just...
Yeah. I am not a Nepo baby. I'm not a Nepo baby. That's a lie. That's a lie. Anyway, my dad worked at Blizzard. I worked at Blizzard for some time. My dad worked at Blizzard. Genius.
Can't stop laughing at this guy. I mean, seriously? I was the first second generation Blizzard employee? What is this, the Chinese dynasty? Like, what are you even talking about? And let's be real here. The only reason you were the first second generation Blizzard employee was purely because of your dad. Because back then, they didn't even have a recruiting team. You were just the easiest hire. And I think one thing he has to understand is that being a Nepo baby isn't a bad thing. I think most people, if they had a dad or a mom who worked a really cool job, they would love to take advantage of that, and they do. For example, Jack Quaid is an actor that was called a Nepo baby multiple times by fans. That's because his parents are both Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan, two very successful actors. His response was very refreshing for fans, agreeing with the Nepo baby label and saying, "I'm an immensely privileged person. I don't think it undermines my talent." Adding that he was able to get representation pretty early on because of being a Nepo baby, and that it's already more than half the battle. So as I said, being a Nepo baby isn't inherently a bad thing. It's only bad when you try to deny it, when you get defensive because come on, who are you lying to? And that was what Pirate Software was doing. It was becoming more and more obvious that Pirate Software had a massive ego but also very deep-rooted insecurities. He wanted to appear like a genius no matter what. And according to him, geniuses never apologize, geniuses never admit fault. But
are you sure about that? You know, on the other hand, like Tesla, Nikola Tesla, yeah. You know, in that case, it's pretty agreeable.
they also
Sadly.
never make mistakes and always, no matter what, figure things out on stream. This is
Yeah. Once again, the case with Tesla. A great example of Tesla and why he fucked up his life badly.
something that became painfully obvious when he would play some pretty hard puzzle games and would figure out some of the hardest things all by himself miraculously after looking at his phone, playing it off like it was some genius eureka moment. Outer Wilds is a
idiot.
critically acclaimed, story-rich space exploration game that just so happens to have some pretty complex puzzles. Pirate Software would play this game
Ooh.
on stream, and he would proceed to solve these puzzles all by himself, miraculously, and more specifically, after looking at his phone. In the VOD of his gameplay, around 8 hours and 7 minutes, he gets stuck in an area and he needs to get out somehow. This is one of the many puzzles in this game. Now he would struggle to find the solution, deliberate with his chat, talk a bunch, and then at around the 8:20 mark, he would pull out his phone right here and continue talking to chat. This goes on for 2 minutes in which he deliberates while very clearly looking at his phone, and then eventually at around the 8-hour 22-minute mark he would get a eureka moment.
Maybe it's not with the scanner. Maybe there's a different way. Maybe it's not the scanner at all. Maybe it's the time. Maybe the fact that we were able to destroy the surface like that was the point. Huh.
You little shit, I recognize it.
Wait a minute. I have an idea.
Guys, wait a minute. Oh my god, I have an idea. Guys, oh my god. This just came out of...
By the way, wait a second. Look at his glasses. Is there any...
Wait a minute. Wait a
Fuck
minute.
it. There is no reflections. Fuck.
I have an idea.
Guys, wait a minute. Oh my god, I have an idea. Guys, oh my god. This
What kind of insane fuck would stream for 11 hours? What the fuck?
just came out of nowhere. My brain just works differently. Did I mention that I worked 7 years at Blizzard? This would spread like wildfire on Reddit. This guy is faking his Outer Wilds run in order to appear to be a genius to his community. That's crazy. It's so ridiculous you can't even believe it.
Don't
But as I
break
already
Destiny.
mentioned, he was facing increased scrutiny. He normally would have been able to get away with this, and he did get away with this in
Don't pull out Destiny vote. Please don't.
other games. It's just that now things were different. When questioned about
Thank you.
cheating in Outer Wilds, this is what he had to say.
Why did you cheat in Outer Wilds? What?
What? Oh, yeah.
How the hell would you cheat in that game? Bro, we played it all live on stream. Alright, bud. It's a wild ass thing to say.
Yes, how would you cheat while live streaming this as he stares into his phone for 2 straight minutes? You're absolutely right.
Yes.
The real controversy would be when he would play the game Animal Well
What
that
the hell
released
is
on
that?
May 2024. You see, he played this game before the World of Warcraft controversy and before the increased scrutiny. But after he had embarrassed himself in Outer Wilds and World of Warcraft, people thought to go back and check his gameplay because they thought, wait, now that I think about it, this was kind of suspicious. And the evidence here was damning. It was simply undeniable. You see, Animal
Holy.
Well is a puzzle game, but not just any puzzle game. It has many puzzles and many secrets that are very easy to miss if you don't take your time analyzing every aspect of it. When the game first came out, you had people on Reddit and in forums trying to work together in order to find all of its secrets and puzzles. One of those puzzles was the Wingding puzzle. This took the entire community over a week of teamwork in order to find the solution. This was a group effort in every way, and no one person could have solved it by themselves. The guide came out on May 19th, 2024, and it just so happens that Pirate Software miraculously, all by himself on stream, solved this puzzle on May 19th. The day the guide came out.
Oh, really?
Bro, seriously? You'd also have some people write entire essays with proof as to why they think that Pirate Software cheated. If you want to read this and have actually played Animal Well, you can pause the video, but in a nutshell, it's almost like he was trying his hardest to ruin any ounce of reputation he had left. I mean, seriously, are you that insecure that you would cheat in a fucking puzzle game in order to appear to be a
Somebody made a fucking
genius to your community?
essay.
Really? It's
on this
insanity.
shit.
But this was reality because, as I said earlier, this scrutiny was disassembling every aspect of his brand and personality, even down to his most fundamental traits, like his own voice. People would somehow
Yes.
unearth this old clip of him at a convention in which he sounded completely different than how he sounds today, leading many to believe that he's either faking his voice or simply using a voice changer on his microphone. Listen to this.
Show been so far?
It's actually been amazing. It's our first time out here at Denver Comic Con, and there's so many people, and they love the games, so it's been awesome.
So speaking of games, what do you have for us today?
So we have Champions of Breakfast, which is a twin-stick shooter that we made in 24 days, from concept to release on Steam. Blew up. It was really, really awesome. And that...
This fucking voice. I think I can make something a little bit similar with my microphone. Let me try it. I think these meets is anything different? No, nothing is different. At least from what I hear. Tremble, fucking tremble. No, that's a different effect too. A fucking bass, fucking bass. Oh no, that's way too high bass. Fuck me, man. Okay, let's do it this way. It will be fucking fucked up. Never mind. Can I just put it into 0? Let me pull it into 0, man. Fuck. Wait, and if I... No, it won't work this way. Okay, kinda keeps this way. Pass enhance, maybe. No, fuck no. Fucking no. No, I can't make that shit. Fuck. Ah, well, I tried.
The game is pretty difficult, so if you're into really hard arcade games, that's the kind of thing for you.
You know what, though? To be fair, he sounds like such a pleasant person here. This is someone I can see myself being friends with. Look, people want to theorize and say that he has a voice changer or is faking his voice. I think he was just killed by an evil clone. I think that's a better explanation. This, of course, wouldn't be the only clip where you'd hear him have a different voice, like this one, for example.
I'm gonna have to peel my hot dog. I have to peel it. Every good hot dog needs to be peeled. Every good hot dog needs to be peeled.
What the fuck?
You see, now that I've peeled the hot dog, it's ready to eat.
Look, a hot dog is
That's
about
right.
to be eaten by Thor.
It's ready to
Let's
eat.
demand he smears
Okay, look, if you're not convinced yet, here's a more recent clip of him playing Animal Well. This was around a year ago, back in 2024. Look.
I don't know what that gives me, though. I don't know what is that supposed to do? How am I going to fit that shit in there? Oh, god damn it.
Some people...
Seriously, you somehow managed to overwhelm your microphone that it literally ruined the programming. Hello, hello, Leon 64Ds.
This was his voice changer glitching. To others, this was him mistakenly getting too comfortable with his real voice. What does Pirate Software have to say about this? Well, apparently, according to his doctor, his voice went through a second puberty in his 30s.
You're fucking joking right now, right? Puberty doesn't always means your voice will change. I am 21. My voice is this way. I never really went to puberty. Question: can you send a song? You mean sing a song? No, I can't. I can't sing, and English is not my native language. So if I sing, I will sing like shit.
That's right. Apparently, your balls can drop.
And I will sing as shit even in my native languages. So no.
Twice, but I could only puberty in his 30s. That's right. Apparently your balls can drop twice, but I could only find a handful of sources on this, and this article from the BBC pretty much sums it up by saying that as we get older, the larynx gets stiffer, making the vocal cords less flexible. I mean, this isn't new. When you talk to someone who's 90 years old, they'll sound different than what they used to sound like in their 20s.
Yes.
But to have this much of a dramatic change, that's crazy.
Especially in like a few months, so there's no way that his voice will change that much. I mean, even my dad in his 50s, and when he was 16, there was a video of him when he was 16. His voice was different, and it was even worse than mine. Like he was sounds like a child when he was 16, literally. And right now he sounds like a dad, you know. This voice like a nice guy. But with this dude, no. The change was
Regardless,
way too
though, I mean, the pressure was getting to
radical.
Pirate Software. Not only was his game getting scrutinized, not only was his past out in the open, but people were criticizing his gameplay, the way he played games, and even his voice. Things were getting out of control. So the next thing you know, he was on stream with a psychologist by the name of Dr. K. Alok
What?
Kanogia, otherwise known as Dr. K, runs the healthygamer.gg organization. He's a clinical psychologist who founded this brand in order to be able to reach the very big and growing demographic of gamers, a group of people who
Okay.
very often will struggle with mental health and not really seek out therapy when they should. His content is mostly educational, drawing parallels between video games and what you go through mentally, and overall, he's been quite successful. Now, of course, that's not to say that he doesn't have his fair share of haters. Some people, for example, have criticized the fact that he does these therapy sessions with streamers in public, even though the person in question consents to it. From Dr. K's perspective, though, he wants to show people that streamers are humans too. And if someone like those streamers that they idolize is brave enough to get therapy, then they can do so too. His conversation with Pirate Software would last over 3 hours and a half. It would get viewed by almost 1 million
Damn.
people, and having watched a good chunk of it, I can tell you right now, regardless of what you might think about Dr. K, I think this stream truly shows his incredible skill in being able to converse with such an obvious narcissist without having him rage quit the call, while still trying his best to give him a reality check. And for you to understand that, I want you to watch this clip.
For this shit right now is like they come in and they're like, did you know that he worked at Blizzard for 7 years? Like, yeah, that was my career and I'm proud of that. So of course I'm going to talk about that because it gives context to talk about other things around the games industry, which is what we do on the stream.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes the things that I talk about in regards to those types of things is misconstrued as arrogance or boasting, when in reality I'm just trying to give context.
So that
If
is
that
the
makes
problem right there. So I want you to listen to this phrase.
Sure.
This gets misconstrued as arrogance, but in reality, it's this.
Yeah.
That is the most arrogant statement on the planet, bro. Like, tell me I'm wrong.
Okay. I don't see it that way, but all right.
God, it must be so hard talking to someone like that. Anyway, in the next clip, you'll be seeing the logic behind Pirate Software's attitude when it comes to never apologizing.
Let me
Like not give any context whatsoever?
Yeah. Let's say yes to that. I think that's a bit of hyperbole, but
Just an emotional response?
no, just say, hey guys. So basically, you know, when you tell the narrative, you start with like, I made a mistake, everyone made mistakes, I was smug. And then there's a lot that comes after that. How would you feel about just ending it after that first paragraph?
I hate that.
Okay.
I have like an immediate emotionally angry response against that.
Very good.
Because it feels like idiocracy.
Okay.
Oh,
It feels
is
like
that so?
that's too long, didn't read. I don't need all those words when few words do gooder. That I hate that shit. Like I super hate that kind of communication of like there's a lot of people that say like, oh, you should just say my bad, guys. No, that does not in any way explain a situation. That doesn't tell you any information that is real. It is hand waving for the masses in a way that is disingenuous to what happened and disingenuous to the people that are involved. I feel like to do that would be just me lying for the sake of lying so that people would fuck off.
This really gave us an insight as to how his mind functions. And as you heard from him talking, he hates the idea of just saying, my bad, let's move on. I'm sorry, let's move on. He wants to sit there and type 12 paragraphs as to why he was wrong but not really, while others were more wrong than him. All of a sudden, things make a lot of
What a
sense.
mentality.
Now, listen to how Dr. K responded to that. Okay, just watch.
So I think what I liked about that response, my hope, so we're not here to like rehab your PR, right? We're just here to have a conversation. And at the same time, over the last 2 hours, there's something about the way that I hear you talk that rubs me the wrong way. There's something about the way that you talk that seems dismissive. So I'll tell you where that.
No, I agree with that.
Right. So
No,
it's
I
like
agree with
I made a mistake. We all made mistakes.
Okay.
Right. So there's something about your sentence construction. It's like, oh yeah, Thor, I'm sorry I cheated on you, bro. I really do love you. You know, we both have flaws in this marriage.
I think the funny thing here is that Dr. K is known to be very caring, very nice, and not confrontational at all when it comes to streams like this. But in this case, seeing that he's an experienced psychologist, he knew when to become confrontational. He knew when to call out Pirate Software on his bullshit, and this is what it was. Bullshit. In just a span of like 20 seconds, Dr. K had essentially summed up people's entire problem with Pirate Software. When he would be criticized, when he would be given feedback, when he would be given advice, he was always dismissive and smug. And this smugness is what led us here. People were hoping that this productive 3.5-hour conversation would actually lead somewhere, maybe actually make him apologize for once and take a step back. But it didn't. His empire kept crumbling until we had finally reached the final nail in the coffin. Stop killing games. Stop Killing Games is an initiative launched by Ross Scott in the European Union and the United Kingdom. It was meant to be a direct answer to what happened with the game The Crew, made by Ubisoft. At the end of December 2023, Ubisoft all of a sudden announced that The Crew would no longer be purchasable and that its servers would be going down on March 31st, 2024. Seeing that this was a live service game, this meant that after March, you'd never be able to play this game ever again. The salt in the wound, though, was that barely a couple weeks after the servers went offline, Ubisoft revoked The Crew from people who had bought it digitally, attaching a message saying, you no longer have access to this game, why not check the store to pursue your adventures? To many, this was an outrage. It essentially meant that you never owned your games to begin with. Ubisoft can just take them away. This also more recently happened with Concord. It barely came out for a week and then the servers were offline. If you bought the disc copy, you were played like an idiot.
Yeah, the game literally lasted like 10 days or whatever. And it sold how much? Under 10,000 copies, I think. For like a major PlayStation 4 game, it's fucking nothing.
The Stop Killing Games initiative argued that it wasn't really legal. It was very weird for live service games to just shut down like that without giving players an alternative. With Ross Scott on his YouTube channel saying that games as a service is fraud. One thing to note is that this initiative wasn't forcing publishers or developers to keep game servers online forever. What it simply wanted was to have a way to access these games after the servers went offline, by allowing players to host their own servers, for example, arguing that if taking games down like this would become the norm, then way too many games would become lost media, because that's what The Crew and Concord are right now. They're essentially lost media. It was classified as a European Citizens Initiative, in which European citizens could sign it, and if it would reach 1 million signatures, then it would be talked about in the European Parliament. It would initially get a couple 100,000 signatures until a certain person would speak out against it in the most aggressive way possible. Of course, we're talking about our good old friend.
Oh, wait. What happened? Oh, another viewer spot? Thanks, Shadow.
Software. He felt so passionate about this topic that he made 2 videos about it very shortly after it launched in the summer of 2024. Now look, we're not going to watch the whole video. I just want to show you the first 10 seconds. Let's do this.
Hi, my name is Jason Thor Hall,
problem, man.
also known
Thanks.
as Pirate Software Online. I've been in the gaming industry for about 20 years. I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment, then Amazon Game
Now
Studios.
shut
and now I
up,
own my
will
own
you?
studio, Pirate Software, by the same name, which is an indie studio, and I've been
There's just something about this guy, man. I don't know. I can't explain it. Anyway, he worked at Blizzard Entertainment for around 7 years, guys, and he vehemently opposed every single thing this initiative stood for, arguing that it would kill live service games and kill gaming in general, completely misunderstanding what this initiative was even about, and using his massive influence, which was still present at the time, to kill it instantly. I want to be clear here. In this video, he tries his best to appear level-headed, professional even, echoing the genius that you first saw in his YouTube shorts at the end of 2023. But on his stream, oh my god, this guy was a mess. These are the very nice things he had to say about this initiative. Watch.
shit. Now, this is actually really dumb. It's used car salesman garbage. This is shit. It's shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to. That is awful. That is a horrible goddamn direction.
I'm always watching threat to bot views.
That's
Thanks,
awful,
man.
dude. No, eat my entire ass. The level of stupid that I just had to receive was like sitting on Twitter for 12 hours. This.
No, yeah, according to him, this is the worst thing that's ever been made by humanity. Like, this is like, oh my god, you'd think that this is actually going to end gaming as we know it. But it's not. It's seeking to do the opposite.
Shit sucks. That's a really stupid ass move. That's an incredibly stupid ass move. I think this is ass. This is complete garbage. All of this.
Oh, really?
I dropped the mask entirely.
In his very professionally level-headed video, he says this.
It's incredibly important to me that we keep making games and that the next generation has the tools to do so that our medium doesn't die out.
But that's exactly what Stop Killing Games wants to do. The whole point of this initiative is for this medium to not die by allowing so many games to become lost media. And yet, this is what Pirate Software was saying about this whole thing.
I think live service games getting sunsetted is fine. I've always thought that. And that's okay.
Really?
There's nothing wrong with that.
There is something wrong with that. For example, the most obvious example that we can use right now. WoWa. WoWa is technically a live service game. It's single player plus co-op mode. It's a live service. If you you need to be always online to play the game. It's always on a server. If you disable the servers, you won't be able to access the game. The game will die in that case. What will WoWa players like us will do when WoWa dies? What, we will go to Genshin? We will go to Zenless? Heck no. Like Need for Speed, yes, exactly, like Rivals right now, which is which is dying very soon. And what will you do if your game is dying? Be able to create some private server for that, some local server which will be owned by somebody, some third party. Play another thing. But what if you are in love with that exact one thing? What if you are in love with WoWa? What if you are in love with Need for Speed Rivals for some reason, I don't know. And you just can't live with this one thing. And there are people that with that kind of mindset. And what if you are some new person in the future that wants to play this cool old thing? You won't be able to do that. I wanted to play The Crew for a long time, but I wasn't able to. And when I started to make money, I wanted to buy The Crew, but I was too late. The servers are shut down. I can't play The Crew. I can't do it anything anymore. Well, accept DL or take down Crew Games and still follow from there. Sorry, Shadow, but I'm not a Mossad agent. I'm not qualified for that shit. Sadly. Or maybe yet? But anyway, the point stands. Something needs to be made for games that are being killed off, for live service games especially, or games that are being taken from your account, like The Crew again, or with some old I'ma get that follow, but they cannot close servers on my watch. Okay, we got at least one WoW Guardian, good. So where was my point? For example, I want to play an old game, Assassin's Creed, for example, Assassin's Creed 1. I want to try it, I want to experiment with it. If I can't even buy the game right now. No, even better example. Need for Speed from the early 2010s, like or even earlier than that. I'm better than Steam support, lol. Yes, you are. For example, Undercover 2008 up to Diran. These games used to be on Steam, as you could buy them new, but now you can't buy them anymore. Huh? Wait a second. What the fuck was that? I swear to God, somebody knocked on my door. What the hell? I think I was too loud. What the fuck? Anyway, my train of thoughts has lost forever. I guess we will continue to watch the video. Man, when you buy on an online video game, that game isn't yours. You just buy a license to play the game. So yeah, they close. The thing is, back in the day, like in early 2000s or even the late 2000s, it used to be the complete game. The fucking license thing started with Xbox One, I think. But and now, most people don't know about the whole license shit, and they will never read the EULA. They don't care about it. They are not supposed to care. Because of that, developers can do can add a little shadow text that will tell, oh, this game isn't yours. You're just buying a license, and we can take away this license for you for the rest of literally tomorrow. If you buy the game today, great. Tomorrow we will take the game away for you. Still, how is that legal? And besides, if I am buying a license, technically renting the game, if you can say that, why the fuck the button tells me buy the game? Why it doesn't tell me to rent the game? Now that would make so much more sense if it was rent the game. But it's not rent for an unspecified amount of time, it's buy the game. You are buying something. This copy was supposed to be yours. Yeah, that is misinformation. Exactly, and that is the issue. And it's fucking fucked. Because of that, there is a whole lawsuit against Ubisoft. And if the guy, towards that thing, and if the guys will win against Ubisoft, it will set a great precedent that a game company cannot shut down or take away a game for its players. If that happens, it would be such a victory for us. You cannot even imagine that. And Stop Killing Games as well. The video will come to that. But right now, Stop Killing Games have like over 1,500,000 votes. This what the hell, tickets. And even some European senator or government official said that yeah, he is for that shit. He's for protecting games, all of that good shit. So we have a chance, not only to bring the crew back, but also make sure that none of the old games dies forever. That will be fucking awesome. Okay. Let's go back to the fucking video.
I mean, at this point, just no comment. When he would start receiving quite a bit of backlash, of course now there's more dislikes, but when it first released, I'd say 30% of the like to dislike ratio was dislikes. He made this pinned comment, outlining some points that don't really help his very aggressive reaction that came out of nowhere, and then ended it with a quotation saying he won't even talk to Ross, who is the founder of Stop Killing Games. To which he replied with, correct. I think his position is disingenuous due to his comments about how this could be pushed through government. It's a bad direction, removes validity for what the initiative is trying to do, portrays the process in an incorrect manner, and just builds sensationalism. Thinking that kind of language is okay puts him squarely on my not worth it to talk to list, as there are others that could have a more productive conversation.
Imagine if they want to close WoW because they don't have money. If you win that lawsuit, they are forced to stay servers open, but if they don't have money, the game will not have updates. So no, nothing, just open for nothing. Give me a minute to process that. The servers, those won't be WoW Kuro servers. Those will be private servers of, for example, private players. I mean, the servers, that will be the player's issue. So it will be on them, they will be the one who will lose money, not Kuro. And the game don't have updates. Look, the game already has a lot of content. So, and it was literally enough for a lot of people. I mean, it's pretty much enough for me. Yeah, but you will not have no progress, no updates, and your data will not be there. And your data will not be there. You mean like my saved data, my saved progress? Well, in that case, I will just start from zero because I liked that game. I want to play this game again, and I'm willing to go from zero in this manner. I mean, Dark is doing that. Why not? And once again, in WoW currently there is a lot of content already. I mean, it was enough for a month of live stream for me. Over a month of live streams. And we are only in the chapter 2. I mean, if we are going about cycles, WoW technically has at least a 4 years life cycle. In theory, if Kuro will do it well. In theory, we have 4 years of WoW. At least. Maybe even 5. And in those 5 years, we will have so much content, it will literally take years to complete. So I won't be worried about WoW in that case. Yeah, but someday that will die. You can do 100% of WoW in 1 week just by playing casual. Yeah, but I'm talking if they wanted to shut down now. Well, if now, yeah, you may have a point. Yeah, that will be shitty, but there is no but. I don't know what to do with that, honestly.
So what he's talking about is this slide here. This one slide in the entirety of this initiative is the only reason why he refuses to talk to Ross. It says reasons the European Citizens Initiative could pass. Politicians like easy wins. Politicians mostly don't care about video games. The law is already unclear on this practice. The initiative is in line with other consumer policies. It's a diversion from more serious topics. Now, according to Ross, this was a half-truth, half-joke slide. And I think that's how a normal person would view it. I don't think it was tone deaf in any way, but it angered the hell out of Pirate Software for some reason. I don't know why. Some people theorize that it's because he got close to Ludwig, and together they founded the games publisher Off-Brand Games. When the Stop Killing Games initiative came out, they were in the process of releasing a live service multiplayer game. So there was definitely some sort of a conflict of interest here. Regardless, this European Citizens Initiative had a one-year deadline. It would be automatically closed on the 31st of July, 2025. And by the end of June, it barely had 500,000 signatures, which meant it had no hope of ever reaching 1 million, or so it seemed. This was until Accursed Farms, the channel owned by Ross Scott, would release a video titled The End of Stop Killing Games. It's an hour-long video that kind of reminds us what this initiative is about, how we got here, the feedback and criticism he's received, the changes he's made, and of course the majority of the video is him responding to Pirate Software's very aggressive criticisms. Most of the clips of Pirate Software crashing out over the Stop Killing Games initiative were actually from this video. Ross addresses every single one and ended up, whether intentional or not, making Pirate Software look like a clown who had no idea what he was talking about. This video almost has 1 million views, and many people watched it. Some of those people happen to be way bigger content creators than Pirate Software, and seeing that this very important initiative was very close to failure, tried their best to bring as many people as possible to sign it. For example, Moist Critical talked about it in his videos at over 3.5 million views.
Damn,
even Jacksepticeye talked about it on his second channel, and the video's sitting at over 1 million views. People understood that this initiative wasn't just a good thing for video games, it was integral to ensure its survival for the future. Hell, even Minecraft creator Notch had something to say about it, tweeting, "Hey guys, just got back to gaming after a brief break. Wait, why is there a Nepo baby doubling down over there?" Adding, if buying a game is not a purchase, then pirating them is not theft. This truly solidified the position of Pirate Software in the Hall of Fame of lolcows. It was undeniable at this point.
Do you have time to see all the videos there? I thought I have, but in reality I don't. Like, it's 11:24 p.m. I guess I will finish this video and just end it all, go to sleep. I have a work day tomorrow, sadly. I wish I could watch more of those videos, but for some reason I managed to stretch it out for way too fucking long.
Stupidity had made an entire movement succeed, just purely on the basis of him being so unaware of what was going on. He lacked the most basic form of self-awareness. And thanks to that, the Stop Killing...
You work tomorrow? Yes, I do. Remember, in Israel, Sundays is also work days. So it's like from Sun... Why? Because for some reason we are working on this concept of God made Earth in 7 days. Like Sunday to Tuesday, Friday short day, and then Saturday off day. That's shit. Kinda. You know, kinda.
Games initiative not only reached 1 million signatures, but is currently at over 1.3 million in overdrive. About to reach 1.4 million any time now, with the UK petition reaching double the signatures required. You even had a vice president of the European Parliament voicing support for this initiative and signing the petition himself while urging other Europeans to do the same. This initiative gained so much traction that a publisher group full of the biggest publishers on the planet, including EA and Ubisoft, for example, responded saying that these proposals would curtail developer choice and that it was unsustainable and unfeasible. In other words, they were very scared that this could actually pass. Being a gamer myself, I wish this initiative the best of luck in Parliament, and I truly hope it passes. When I buy a digital game, I'd like to know that I actually own it and that it won't be taken away from me at any given moment. But while this initiative was gaining a lot of positive attention, Pirate Software, on the other hand, was gaining all the negative attention. He's currently bleeding over 10,000 subscribers daily on his YouTube channel and has currently lost a massive chunk of his viewership on Twitch. I mean, look at
I think Volvo is updating this Wednesday. The server maintenance will be on the 24th. It's a Wednesday, right? Let's see the calendar according to... the update will be on the 22nd, the Steam update. Then the server maintenance will be on Tuesday. Yep, I looked. It was on the notifications in the game.
His numbers. He used to peak 15,000 concurrent viewers and is now down to 5,000. That's 1/3 of where he used to be 7 months ago. And that's without mentioning all the followers he's been losing. I mean, look at this, minus 50,000 just...
But the banner have 3 days to go. Wait, right now? 3 days to go. Shit. Yep. So in that case, it will be on the 22nd, which is a fucking Tuesday. 3 days, 14 hours. Oh no, in that case, it's a Wednesday.
In July. Additionally, this renewed scrutiny has prompted many YouTubers like Coding Jesus and Slop News Network to analyze the code that he writes on stream, concluding that a child, a literal toddler, can probably do a better job. Seriously, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Because, of course, instead of just apologizing, taking a step back, taking the L for once, admitting you made a mistake, maybe taking some advice that Dr. K gave you, he would triple down or quadruple down, I guess I can't even keep track at this point, and make this post, saying the most interesting narrative is that my video somehow killed the initiative. This graph shows that the initiative already had a downward trend in interest when my videos dropped. My videos do not seem to have had any impact on the movement at all. Making me the villain did though. Best of luck with your next steps. So at this point, I can't help but be impressed how much he's willing to die on hills that don't matter. People aren't even tracking cumulative signatures and daily signatures. They just understood that this initiative is worth fighting for, it's very important for the longevity of games as a medium, and that you, with your massive platform, not only criticized it very aggressively, thinking that this was going to be an easy win that made you out to be a genius, but urged all your audience, all your strong community to not sign it when they were telling you to sign it initially. That's how you even found out about the initiative. He would then later tweet this, saying, I am no longer working at Off-Brand Games. People were attacking all of the games we were publishing and trying to mass review bomb them. You can dislike the things I say, but this kind of behavior is unhinged. Learned a lot there, accomplished a lot, hope they succeed regardless, loved those dudes and loved working with them, hope they keep cooking. Ludwig would reply to this, saying, stop killing games is a good initiative, but a few bad actors review bombed / harassed developers of the games we support at Off-Brand Games. Appreciate Thor stepping down for the betterment of the devs and their games, to which he would get community noted. The note said, Rivals of Either 2 has not been review bombed.
Yet. Until Ludwig made that tweet. That was a bad idea, Ludwig. A very bad idea.
Verifying this is as easy as opening the Steam page and looking at the graph of reviews. And if we go to the game, scroll down, and look at the graph that shows review trends, we can very clearly see that there's no review bombing going on. If anything, there's positive bombing. Look at all these positive reviews in June. But hey, anything to be the victim, right? In fact, the guy became such a victim that I think he started losing his mind. He started comparing his current situation with the Stop Killing Games initiative to Kony 2012.
What?
I mean, dude,
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. This is a full-fledged, fully developed and evolved lolcow. There's no way you can say this while being self-aware. It's impossible. And after months of complaining about people brigading and harassing him, he does the same exact thing to Coding Jesus. he would leave a comment on his code review video and would then link his comment to his chat so that they can go upvote it in an effort to ratio the video itself. Like, how
Seriously?
come on, man.
Do you make a link to it? You have to click
What?
on the little 6 hours edited. Aha! So that doesn't seem to do it? Oh, do I have to right-click on this and then copy link address? And then do that? Is that what does this? Ah, it does highlighted comment. There we go. Boop. There's my comment on it. Enjoy. And I also have a whole argument with a whole bunch of people in the replies in there so they can see what's going on with it. I talked them through the entire thing of why I did that all in an array, because that is not normal practice to do that, and it's specifically so that you guys can reverse engineer the game and solve
What the
your
hell
array.
is wrong
Sometimes
with the
doing
sound
bad
quality?
practice has meaning, which is
Whatever, man. He later deleted this VOD because this literally breaks YouTube TOS. This breaks every aspect of terms of service when it comes to brigading and harassment. I mean, at this point, can this get any worse? Yes. He'd be asked about his opinion
Yes.
when it comes to Stop Killing Games finally reaching 1 million signatures, and he said, "I'm going to be honest with you. I hope that your initiative gets everything that you asked for, but nothing you wanted, and I'll leave it there." See, if I was 12 years old, I would have probably thought this was really cool, but now
No,
it's just
no.
edgy beyond cringe. But listen, as much as this was a ridiculous roller coaster ride on the Lolcow Express, someone did end up asking him, "Hey man, would you consider making an apology video, setting everything straight? Because you know what, this is still salvageable. You can still redeem yourself." And
He won't.
here's what he had to say.
He won't.
a video saying you were wrong with every situation and the internet move on. I am not doing that. I don't give a fuck.
Idiot. Goddamn idiot.
Yeah, simply bend the knee and lie about how you feel, and everyone will stop bullying you. That's a great idea, dude. Yeah, no. Eat shit.
This guy is so hopeless, man. Now, I will say this because I'm sure this will appear in the comments. Yes, I'm aware that Pirate Software is a massive furry, and I'm also aware that he was legally married to someone, and during that marriage, he got in contact with one of the Kickstarter backers of Earthbound, the game he's working on, and started a very inappropriate 18+ relationship with them while being married. Yes, he committed adultery.
What?
The reason why I didn't mention this in the video is because it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. If he had just apologized during the WoW Classic incident, this coming out wouldn't have done anything to him, because guess what? Most of these messages involved 18+ roleplay, but more specifically, furry roleplay. Yes, they would
Ew.
literally say to themselves, pets you, nuzzles you, plays with your tail, and then get
Ew.
more 18+ into it. Yes, most people couldn't even read one page of chat logs because of how cringy it is. So I'm so convinced it wouldn't have done anything to his reputation.
Disgusting. Fucking disgusting. Cringe. Cringe and disgusting. What the fuck?
It's meaningless to talk about. But if you're interested, you can check out this video by Fearful Tears titled Pirate Software, the most delusional Twitch streamer. Look, Pirate Software is a lesson, not just in content creation, but in quite literally anything. Normal people make mistakes, and geniuses make mistakes too. We're all human. Admitting that
The most important lesson: be fucking honest to yourself and people around you. Don't be blind to just because you're fake pride.
you make a mistake isn't you admitting that you have a weakness. No, on the contrary, never admitting that you're wrong is a weakness in itself, because it shows how insecure you are, how fragile of an ego you have, and it'll only
Exactly.
make people want to avoid you. I mean, what's the point? Pirate Software is the stupid person's definition of a genius, and he managed to ride that wave for a little while. But now the party's over, and he only has himself to blame. He'll still be a content creator, he'll still have a sizable audience, but he'll never be able to touch the sky like he did at the end of 2023. And they're never coming back unless he finally humbles his dumbass. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the entire video up until the end. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video fairly soon. Yeah, I love you so much. Mwah.
Thank you. And indeed, I worked at Blizzard Entertainment for 7 years. I was the first second-generation employee. Yeah. Yeah, having a fuck wife is weird. Katatia is listening. Frolova is listening too, you know. There are two fake wives in this conversation. I guess in that I didn't say nothing. It's you. No, I was talking about fake pride, not fake wife. If you mean about that, I said fake pride. Pride. As in fucking gay pride. Oh, fuck shit. No. It's on you. Oh, holy shit. Yeah. Fucking hell. My bad. It's all good. It's all good, man. Holy shit, I am tired as hell. Okay, today was pretty meat. I mean, some loves and fucking one cringe drama. I guess I will end the stream for today because I really do need to sleep early right now, and I'm fucking tired again. Thank you for being there, chat, as usual. At least our wives won't beat us this time. Yeah, that one for sure. I mean, at least it's Fleur de Lis. In that case, she will smash everyone. Anyway. I will turn off the stream. I need to go and sleep. No problem. Good night, man. Good night, chat. Bye.